think we should be visible.
We are definitely live.
If the stream is not like slowing up extremely. So, surprise! We're back after the holidays.
Oh wow, instantly
Guess
back
who's
too.
back?
Yes.
We're back. I
again.
didn't notice. Wow.
Well, I wouldn't. As I said, don't worry about it. Nothing happened. I definitely do not do anything during the holidays. Literally. So, we have a lot of things to catch up on really quickly because we also have a new person, and I don't want to keep them waiting on a lot. And because I did make also a Jessa promise that we're gonna be diving immediately into the lore bit from the beginning. I'm sorry.
Holy shit, Jack's here.
So
We also have 6 viewers right now. Holy crap.
Why am I not
We have
here?
people?
I'm posting in my various
Pressure's on.
Discords. So you know.
Hello, folks. How
Alright.
do?
So, where we last left off last time, you have made it finally into the capital city of the Empire of Magiana, the kingdom of the arcanocracy that you have been seeking to get yourself the shopping trip with a capital T on the front. As you arrived, unfortunately, you found out that some of your party members had a history beforehand already established, and some of you decided to head towards that direction, while the others decided to go for shopping. Persephone went over to the orphanage that her family, or rather, she now owns, and had an interesting interaction with an old friend, resulting in new management being put to the front, where Kiki decided that an interesting course of action would be to delve into Persephone's shrouded past, try to get an insight into what occurred during that faithful and fateful burning night, resulted in being discovered by a being of unknown origin and knocked completely unconscious. So, right now we're gonna live away from that, far from the orphanage, far from Magiana entirely. Kiki, you lost consciousness as you were looking into Persephone's memories. You were trying to delve into some place, but all you could hear was just static all around you. Your own thoughts were intermingled with those of Persephone's until a moment where you heard a voice snap back at you for delving too far in a place that you were not supposed to be in. You think to yourself, how could this be? And then you realize you can think. Because you couldn't a split moment ago. Also, I can't hear you right now. And I don't think anyone can. Because I'm reconnecting on Discord. Well, this is actually unfortunate, to say the least. Authenticating.
Oh.
And I'm back.
You're far from. Oh, okay. Hey.
How
Did we change
unfortunate.
The server location.
We moved the server location?
Again?
Because it disconnected and reconnected me to Discord, so I'm wondering if we changed the like.
I
Discord
didn't.
location.
If Nova did, because I have him as moderator, then he's a dick, but...
Okay.
I don't think it did.
So, for context, Jen, we heard exactly nothing there. Basically,
Yeah.
from the point where you say far away from Magiana, everything else was cut out.
Yep.
Yeah. Have to admit, the static voice was weird.
Okay. Basically, after Kiki delved into the memories of trust, she lost consciousness. What happened essentially was the feeling of losing touch with your corporeal form.
Okay.
It was unusual, but not completely, because you can think again. You think you can feel again, and you look around you, and you are in the familiar plane of thought, where you contact your patron. You find yourself upon the same inky black ocean on the surface. You can still feel it material beneath you, and you can move. You can stand up if you so desire. What is different is that on the grey sky overhead, with no buildings or anything else, you notice a creature now floats above you. In stark contrast to the little tiny goldfish that you have been more familiar with, the blackened shadow, you see something that your mind would materialize during a nightmare. It is beautiful in how horrifying it is. The black silhouette of this creature is long and elongated. It appears as if it is rising from the water with multiple tendrils that are slowly moving as if they were underwater, yet it is not. And in place of its mouth, the outline goes white. You need not to speak. You don't speak, as per the pact of your warlockhood. You simply have to think, and your very thoughts materialize into voice. And yet you don't...
Who are you?
You say that. You do not think it, you speak it.
I don't like that.
Well, you know who I am. We have been traveling together for some time. Or rather, you have been traveling the world above to deliver me knowledge of what is happening in today's day and age. Come on. Piece it together. You know who I am.
I see. So is this your true form or just one of your forms that you decide?
Truth. Is that what you seek? I thought it was knowledge. Is truth devised from knowledge, or is knowledge divining truth? There is
To be quite honest.
There is no one form to anything. Now pay attention. I pulled you from the material plane in an instant before your mind collapsed on itself. And I'm keeping you here until I verify that the pact remains. You are safe. In the overworld, your familiar is close to you. And so long as it is, I will ensure that my property remains unharmed. But you have been loose. What is this connection between those you travel with that is so consistent?
You don't... I just looked into one of my companions' memories, or rather tried. And I don't know what happened. Don't you find that interesting?
Oh,
Don't
I
you want
do.
to know more?
I wish to know everything in time. But yes, that is true. I have an inkling of an idea, for I have faced similar situations in the past. You see that one of the tendrils rises from the blackened sea, and as it is pointing towards you, you feel your hand slowly rising to meet it. But as time goes on, I lose my touch, it seems. A flash of your memory occurs where your hand regains the same pale white coloration as you had it when you began this journey. And then it snuffles out again. Now back to the truth that you seek. Such a powerful magical spell that puts you into a lethargy would do nothing more than lullaby your mind. But I used this opportunity to have a word with one of my choice vassals. You happen to right now be into a center full of delicious knowledge. But, well, let us say, there is so much more. When you're not grounded by those that you travel with, why do you stick to them?
To be quite honest, one, I found them very interesting, but they also provide me protection.
A means to an end. Wonderful. If that is the case, there is very little time to waste. I have been found that a conspiracy has been taking place.
What's conspiracy?
You are not alone. The Triad that you have written about has been hunting you down and in turn wasting your precious, precious time. My time. If they keep interfering with the gathering of my knowledge, then they will have to be thrown aside or neglected completely. One of the two. But they are wasting time. Our time. So, escape.
You should know time shouldn't be an issue because I will outlive all of them. That is a fact.
But so much will be lost. And you see the figure turn away from you. Mortals. If you must waste time, waste it. Fine. Get the stone. And we are going to have so much more time to waste. I wish to remind
I
you,
have also-
however, our pact stands. Fail to deliver me important information. What is given can be taken.
I know that, and I've also set motion to what you seek of more mortals who use Team Worthy. And I was on my way to deal with that.
Good. The next time you're finding yourself before the magic of such powerful, extreme, please do not waste your corporeal form in such a manner. It would be very difficult for me to bring you back.
To be quite honest, I didn't know this could happen. I didn't know what was going on inside of my friend's head or whatever is affecting her.
Get the stone, and you will learn. But if you must know, for I can see curiosity and a lack of understanding, know this. The stone harbors within it one of my kin. one of my ilk. Find the stone, and you will have a conductor for your train of thought. You will be able to find the answer to that question you seek. Because I, in truth, do not know, and I would wish to know. Now go. Go! You see a tendril suddenly snap from the black ocean beneath you and thrust itself right into the bottom part of your skull. You feel the sensation of the piercing thrust as your nervous system goes cold, and all of a sudden your eyes open into the middle of the room. The rest of you, Trust and Lupus, you see Kiki's eyes open with a gasp. Away from the orphanage, in a completely different place. Grimthod, where are you going?
So, Grimthod's he's heading towards the blacksmithing district. The guide that Lupus provided him with is trying to lead him there, but it is taking double the amount of time that it would take to get to the blacksmithing district because Grimthod keeps getting sidetracked by things. Like, he sees something and he's like, "Whoa, what the fuck is that? Oh, what's that? What's that over there?" So yeah, it's that for the better part of 2 to 3 hours.
On your way there, as you do, you notice that in one of the open plazas, the people here are more than lavishly clothed. Most of the people on the inner city are nobles, for the sake of it. But there is an individual wearing tattered robes, red and violet, and they are screaming their mind out. Shaven hair with some weird tattoo going from the bottom part of the neck all the way up to the head of the skull. Some kind of horned tattoo. It is screaming off of the top of its head. Are you paying any attention to it or just continuing?
No, I will notice that. Be like, what are they saying? Huh?
Here! It is here! It's come! Ah! Fire! Fire! Oh, we will burn! It is here! She's come! And as the individual is screaming, you notice that the magistrates on the other side of the plaza turn to it, and with a unified nod, both of them begin to make their way towards him. And in a flash, they both miss a step next to him and detain this madman for the sake of it. You've seen a similar event go down back when you were in a different city in Yirnia.
I kind of see the move over, and I kind of... how far away am I at this stage?
You would be about 40 feet away from that, relatively speaking.
Okay. I do have a 40 feet movement speed, so I do, move up and say, "Hi, oh, sorry," I just kind of, wave over to the guys, "Are you talking about the things that, look like horses, but they're not?"
If you're approaching him, you would find that one of the two magistrates is approaching you with a hand extended going, "Back, back," as the other one lifts his hand up in the air, and a bubble of silence surrounds both of them as he's detaining the raving individual.
"Hi, I ran into a guy down south who was talking about not shooting myself. I just wanted to check if it's the same thing." I'm saying that to the magistrate, by the way.
What same thing?
Well, yeah. Well, what he was talking about was that there was these things that looked like horses but men, but they weren't that. They were like demons or something.
The magistrate looks at you, takes a deep breath. "Worry not, individual. There is nothing to worry about. Return to your activities. May your day be full of wonder and magic, sir." He turns to the other magistrate, who at this point has cuffed the madman, and they both begin to make their way away from you.
That was weird. I look to the nearest person nearby, like any civilian who looks like they're local.
Yeah.
I just got to like, "Is that happening at all?"
You do notice most people don't directly look towards you nor the incident. as you gather some attention, you see the first person responsible going. Depends what you mean by often. Maybe.
We're
I don't
not. Do people just start like screaming about fire and stuff in the street a lot?
Don't know, sir. Just selling potions. As a matter of fact, could I interest you in a fine deal? A dozen potions of healing for 500 gold?
Oh, hang on. Let me see my bag here. Kind of reaches into his bag. So, I'll go get weapons first. But like, are you gonna be around here later?
I'm afraid not, sir. This is a one-time deal of a lifetime, though. Grand, super healing potions. You drink one of them, they will bring you right back from life. It's a deal of a lifetime, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I got to save my money for weapons, so I'll have to get some other potions later on. But thanks anyway.
All right. I see the deal is not good enough. How about this? Right now, I give you this casket, 200 gold.
What's in it?
He shows you the casket, and within it you see 8 of these large glass vials with swirling red liquid in them. He says, "These right here, they are excellent, great condition, small for their size, but if you drink them, excellent healing. Someone slashes open your guts, you down one of these bad boys down, it closes in an instant."
Kind of looks over towards the guide who's with him. He's like, "What do you think?"
What are you looking to?
The guide from the Solar Soul expedition that Lupus assigned to Grimthod. The one who's like leading him to the blacksmith.
I believe that individual is a scammer, sir. We should continue on our way. Oh, what do you mean by that? I'm trying to have a very honest deal. Hey, back off. I'm having the deal with the orc here. So what do you say, sir?
Oh, I'm an Arfolk. I think honestly, the weapons are important, so I promised myself I was going to get them first. But thanks anyway. And if I'll see you again. I've got a friend who want like potions and stuff like that, so I'll bring them back around. Maybe we can do a deal with them. Yeah.
I'll be happy to be waiting for that then, sir.
All right. I extend a hand to give him a friendly handshake.
He extends a hand, and as he does, he shakes it vigorously. I will be right by this corner, right in that alley over there. To
Right.
gunfight.
See you around.
He begins to slowly move towards the alleyway.
All right. And Grimthod will leave. Can I roll perception to see if I've been robbed?
Sure, go for it.
11. I've probably been robbed. Alright, Grimthod continues on to blacksmith.
Now you don't notice anything weird. You arrive at the blacksmith without further ado. The first blacksmith you would arrive in is known as the Unbreakable Chrysalis. It is a blacksmithing store handled by an elven couple. They're both. One of them is currently working on the anvil on the front of the shop. The other one is writing down paperwork on a desk within the house. As you're arriving, you see the high elf that is currently smithing on what appears to be a long, straight longsword blade. No hilt, no grip. Turns towards you.
Yep, fairly common for smithing midway through the process.
Good
So-
evening.
So, hey. So, I was wondering if you might be able to do a job for me. So I got a bunch of stuff, right? And a guy down south was telling me that if I brought them to a really good blacksmith, they'd be able to turn them into weapons. It's bits of a dragon.
Drag.
Yeah, so, reaches in and pulls out
No!
a dragon.
Put that back. What are you crazy? Put that back in.
What's wrong?
Is this real?
Yeah, I killed it myself.
Don't show it on the open streets. People are. Come inside, sir.
Oh, okay.
You enter inside the house, and you see the other elf like look up from the writing down, going, "Oh, a costume, huh? A costumer with a very rare set of of materials. He claims he has dragon parts.
Yeah, opens up the bag. Shake.
By Corallian's breath, I cannot believe it. These are... And what would you like done with them?
Well, guy down chef, he was telling me that I could make some daggers and teeth, and I could make some swords at the claws. So I was thinking I could do that. I've also got like 2 wings, a bunch of scales, and a bit of the odd. So like, if we could do armor, that'd be cool. But I understand if that's a bit complicated.
Oh. To work on dragon.
Yeah, I also had the eye
material.
earlier on, but I showed that off because I didn't really want it.
Your dad roared at you a while ago, but I was...
Sorry, okay.
No worries. Well, we can certainly work on them.
Alright, cool.
There's no price to be given yet. If you could come by tomorrow,
Right.
or maybe even in a week, we might have a price for these items. We need to estimate whether they are craftable material, and also find any schematics that uses dragon parts.
Okay. Do you want to hold on to him then? Since you're going to be
Certainly.
looking at him and stuff.
What is your name?
Oh, Grimford.
Krunith. Very well, sir.
Yeah, I'm from the Glorious Gouch, and he pulls out the symbol and shows it to him.
Good, and I'll be right back as I'm getting disturbed for no reason.
Yep. Finally get to actually craft up the fucking short sword and dagger from this shit.
Yep.
For context, Jason, I killed this dragon 2 months ago, and I've been just carrying around this shit since.
Funnily enough, last time we also had a guest. That's when we killed it.
Yeah.
And also, the stream is so behind. I feel really bad for this.
Yeah.
All right, back.
Yep. But yeah, so like, what do you reckon you could do something with the hide and all that stuff?
Feasibly, we'll need to work on this first, and then we're gonna be able to even tell you that. This might take time.
Okay. Well, we're gonna be in town for a really long time because we're doing a bunch of stuff around town before we go heading off. So yeah, I could leave. Oh, I completely forgot. I also got the tail in here. Yeah. Yeah. Is there a hold on to the tail? I can't like that.
Certainly.
Yeah, cheers.
Sir.
Right, yeah. He kind of pulls out the bits that they're going to be working on. So he's giving them the 2 wings, the 2 claws, the fang, the dragon hide, and the 10 dragon scales. As he's pulling it out, he's like, "Hey, so look, you look real worried earlier on. Is it like illegal to kill dragons around here or something?"
You see the 12s look at one another, and then the younger one turns to you and goes, "Not illegal. You're not from here, are you? Otherwise you would have heard."
Yeah.
There's a Givarian ambassador visiting the capital, and a few of the dragon seekers have been snooping around. Any word of dragon gets them riled up enough to... well, people would start getting very upset, if anything. Well, that's putting it mildly. It would be very likely that we would be thrown in jail. Or an incident would occur.
So there's like people here that want to hunt dragons?
Yes. Well, this is a Givarian dragon-seeking embassy. They have come for a political reason or another. Not sure personally which, but if the word on the street is true, then it is likely that their acolytes are looking around for any traces of draconic presence. Don't know why.
Hmm.
We haven't had any chromatic nor metallic dragons here in Magiana for years.
This one was black when I killed it.
Yeah, you see the other one is like looking at the scales, touching them with a bit of an iron or that they had on hand, going, fascinating. There is traces of shadow on each of these scales.
Yeah, there's also some black stuff that came out of it, but like, I'll show that too. But anyway, yeah, shall I pop in tomorrow and see how you're getting on?
Yes, certainly, if that would be feasible. We'll have a price
No worries.
for this then, I suppose.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Also, while I'm here, kind of pulls his club out. So, I knew a guy who like put a little crystal in my sword. He pulls out the sword and shows them as I put a little crystal in my sword and made it
Ah.
better. Could you do the same or something like that for my club?
Of course. Depends on what kind of enchantment you want placed on it.
Can you make it better hitting
Oh,
stuff?
certainly. We can enchant the club. Dare I say, sir, would you prefer for a replacement? This is made out of wood.
I mean, yeah, but it's a really good club. Like, I used to kill a troll when I did my Dukosk, so, you know, it's a good club.
Right, sir. We can enhance the weapon. We're waiting on a shipment of we've charged crystals to arrive by week's end, so give or take a couple of weeks, we should have it prepared. Depends how much empowerment you prefer on it.
Yeah. Actually, he kind of pulls Celebrator off his back. He's like, could you make this better too, or is that is it as good as it's gonna get?
One moment. You see the elf pull out a monocle, and the monocle enhances down onto the item that you hold. Why did I say magical already? It's gonna be difficult. He takes the monocle off and cleans it. It's gonna be a bit difficult. We're not gonna be able to necessarily enchant it in the normal sense. We have a few people we know that we can get some crystals off of to add an additional effect. It is a bit of a volatile process due to the already magical nature of the item.
So it's easy if we something that ain't already got something on it, yeah?
Well, either that, or if we had a clean empowerment crystal, then we could be able to perform this enchantment process. But those are usually found in the crystal caverns, and, well, the mining operations that are happening already are going a bit on the dry end.
Oh, you guys are running out of your magic metal, yeah?
Not running out as much as finding duds.
Yeah. Finding good ores can be hard sometimes. I get that. Well, listen, I'll leave the for now. We'll just do the club. We can look at the action, all that stuff later on. But yeah, we'll start off with the dragon stuff, and we'll have more work for you down the line. All right?
Very well, sir. If that is the case, please do return.
Right. Cool. So Grimthod will head out. He'll reconvene with his guys. So, hey, thanks for showing me around. I was getting real lost, really easy around here.
No worries. The streets are very big, and it's understandable. Should we hurry this up? I have to meet up with a member of the research department.
Oh well, look, if you gotta go, that's fine. It's just Grimthod kind of like looks around. Kind of his eyes settle on the large Capitol building. Goes like, and he you can see like the cogs turning in his brain, and then suddenly like something dawns on him. He goes like, I got one more thing I got to do, but I know the way. It's fairly easy to find. So yeah, I'll be fine.
Certainly, sir. If you require my personal services again, well, I will be remaining within the research wing of the expedition hall. Otherwise, you may seek Master Varric if you require any assistance.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
See you around. Thanks again.
Are you
And
sure?
with that-
Very well.
Grimthon will leave and begin to start making his way towards the Capitol building. The castle at the center of the city.
You make your way over towards that. Ashfall, where are you?
Going to a library, I believe. I can't really remember exactly where I left off.
Oh, okay. So before Grim gets harassed again by the potion seller, let's head up to you.
Potions, ah! Alright, back in just a sec, so...
Yes, no worries. You're going to the library. Which, no worries. Are you going to a library, or do you want to find the best place for knowledge?
A library.
Oh, extremely unfortunate. But that is easy enough.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see if they have what I need.
Very well. You make your way over towards one of the many. No, you're looking specifically for a library. You're heading over towards the southern end of the city, then. Toward a public library, I'm assuming. We're not robbing any private institutions. You are heading over there, and the library that you're entering is a relatively small building. Probably like a story tall, no second floor. If anything, you notice that there are. This building is called the Babbling Book. Entering in, you see there are a few rows of bookshelves with all manner of different books on them. Give me an investigation check for your research, because I know already what you're researching for.
Okie dokie. $13.
Browsing through the books, what you notice is that that a lot of the material here is very basic. Nothing too complicated. Your first steps into learning evocation, abjuration 101. There's even a couple of old fables in here. Transmutation for stone shaping. But there is not any volumes or tomes regarding anything to do with demonology.
Kids store. Baby's first wizard books. All right.
Basically. With your investigation check and by browsing around, you would find that if there is anywhere or in the open where you would be able to find such information, it would be in the royal library.
Okay, and I know such a thing exists.
Yes, you do. The royal library is a wing in the big-ass building that Grimthon is currently in, surprisingly. It is also open to the public.
Oh, good. That was my next question. So, I suppose I'll head there.
It takes some time, an hour of walking through the city to make it from the one library to the big one. Oh, that's not the correct. So the library in question is, well, let's just say it is a marvel. A part of the building is dedicated entirely to rows of bookshelves with multiple levels stacked on top of one another. The floors themselves are made out of glass, so you can see up and down with perfect clarity. There are people already moving in and out. A lot of scholars. Most of them are wearing uniforms dedicated to an academy or a college here in the Empire. Though you do notice also a few magistrates are making the rounds within the building. Entering in, you take one look and you immediately have no idea where to even begin. Needless to say, this is also a wizard's paradise, because just with a glance on some of the books from the first shelf, you can already see delving into evocation for experienced wizards, and just opening it is a lot of language that you have no idea what it even means.
Right. Well, I suppose I'll find some sort of librarian or
Hmm.
whatever passes for one around here.
Yeah, not a difficult task. You move along, and soon enough, you find one of the people working here, a gnome with on what appears to be a floating broom. A floating broom, just levitating off the ground.
Quaint.
Greetings. Can I help you?
Perhaps you may. I was looking for books to study demonology. Purely academical, you understand.
Demonology.
Indeed.
I'm afraid that subject is no longer available for well, safety purposes. The magic. If I'm not incorrect, it was 25 years ago that the Magistratum has proved it illegal for us to have public access to demonology tomes. I'm afraid if you wanted to or decided to browse, you would require authorization. Do you happen to have a Magistratum pass?
I do not. Who may I speak to about acquiring one?
Well, you would require permission from a high-ranking magister, sir. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to reach the lower section of the library. You can see downwards.
Right,
There is no glass floor on the beneath you. There's just stone.
Okay.
Upwards.
I'll thank him for his time and walk away.
For reference's sake, there is on the back of this wing that is on the other side. You can see there is an enormous hallway that is going downwards, but the entire thing has been barred off, like literally portcullis style closed off for the public. There is a smaller also doorway close to the library's entrance, literally behind the desk from a shelf of books, where there's a smaller door leading downwards from a flight of stairs that is also similarly closed off.
Good old restricted sections.
So, what do you want to do?
I'm sort of thinking about it. Where are the sort of Magistratum headquartered? Would it be in this building as well? Or just a different wing?
Headquarters of the Magistratum in general, or just a place where you would find magistrates in Magiana? Because the headquarters...
Well, a place I could inquire about getting a pass to go down.
Well...
We'll try the legal channels first.
Yeah, the best bet would be within the building you're in. There should be officers of the Magistratum here. You can go looking for one by asking for directions. Certainly. Do you do that?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Look, snooping around and asking some of the magistrates already on patrol, you're quickly given direction towards one of the head magisters here in the facilities. Let me, one moment. Basically, the magister in question is an inquisitor. Going by the name. Yeah, this one is good. Eldon, First Inquisitor of the Winter's Claw. Which basically means that he's the first Inquisitor that has been nominated since Winter. So... Making your way over towards his office.
Okay.
Yeah, making your way over towards his office, you come across a line of security, a pair of magisters that are keeping guard outside of the office of this individual. As you're approaching, you hear one of them address you. Greetings.
Greetings. I was hoping to have a meeting with the. What do you say? It was First Inquisitor.
Alden.
Alden, that's it.
I'll type it.
Please. Alden, alright. Yes, I would like to seek a meeting with him if he has the time. It's a matter of utmost importance.
And who are you?
Why, my name is Ash.
Ash.
Yes.
Is that your real name, sir?
Yes. As far as I can tell.
Can you give me a deception check really quickly?
I need to make a deception to tell the truth.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Never mind. Persuasion, actually, because this guy's just very, very untrusting of you.
18.
Well, that's a crit. Right this way, sir. He opens the door into the office. The office, as you're entered into, accompanied by one of the magisters, is very lavish. Onto one side there is a bookshelf with very few books. Most of the space is occupied by different jars. Onto the other side, there are maps, papers, some collectibles on the table, a variety of items, baubles and the such, like a couple of daggers, some manacles. You can even see some arrows tipped with weird runic markings onto the end. As you enter in, you see a gnome sitting on a chair that is higher than the chairs on the other side of the table, writing down into a piece of paper and stamping it when he's looking up towards you. Hello? Can I help you?
Yes, I have an issue I was hoping you might be able to assist me with.
One moment. For reference's sake, this gnome's face, although he does not wear the mask that he's about to wear, the owl mask, it is already covered in a very thin layer of cloth. And as he puts on the mask, it is very similar. The eyes are already covered with goggles that are basically the same as the goggles of the mask that he's wearing, the owl mask. Addressing up to you, going... the voice immediately changes to... Right, so, what brings you here? Have you got any crimes to report?
Little taken aback, sorry.
Oh! No, sorry, my vision has been a bit smudged. You are not the person I'm anticipating. Who are you? Why are you here? What is your purpose here? Answer.
I have an issue that needs addressing by some of the more advanced magical users in the city. It's a matter of utmost importance, I assure you.
Couldn't you have bothered a mage?
I felt this needed a more serious touch than the dusty old scholar.
Speak quickly.
The issue is I want to say a few months back, but it hasn't been. It's been a few weeks, if that. A week or two back. No, how long has it been since we were like in Urnia? I honestly don't even know.
Canonically, you have been in Urnia. It took you literally a month, at least, to get here. I would say you're close to like 2 months of travel so far.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll say a few weeks. Okay. So a few weeks ago, some friends and I were clearing out a building for a job. You know, you'll understand. And there were some cultists taking up residence there, and I fear that a being of higher power has taken an interest in me specifically.
Are you earnest in this claim?
I am as serious as I can be.
I see. If you require, is this being, this outwardly entity, have you seen it, and can you describe it to me, please? And he hands you a form. The form is very blank. Like, there is not a lot of questions on it, just general appearance of the creature in question. It is a form not even for a demon. This is a form for, like, some kind of monstrosity that people might have seen in the wilds, but I just hand it to you.
Does this seem inadequate for my purposes of describing this creature?
No, you can. It's very plain, so you can just fill in everything if you so desire. But
I'll fill it in to the best of my ability. Do a sketch as best I can. Hand it back to him.
okay, so you draw a little jellyfish on it. It is what it is. As you hand back the form, the person reads it. Has this creature come in contact with you?
Not physically.
Have you found yourself haunted?
What was that last word?
Have you found yourself haunted?
That could be a word for it, I would say.
Very well. If you would like an... do you have any family, sir?
None nearby that were worth troubling.
Are they notified of your presence or situation?
In what sense?
In the sense that they're aware of your current predicament with this creature.
No, this is a recent development. I fear word reaching them would take longer than I've had it.
Very well. We in the Magistratum have manners and ways in which we can break such a tether between you and such a creature. You will remain in the custody
I'd hope to hear.
You will remain in the custody of one of our magistrates and be transported over towards our institute, in which we will perform the procedure to you. Thank you for notifying us.
Very good. In his head, he's going, "Oh boy, needles."
The gnome turns towards the magister behind you and goes, "Rimple, if you would be so kind, escort this individual down towards one of our carts and have him transported immediately towards the institute. Here's the papers that I will prepare the papers in a moment. I should have them ready. Once they're in the institute, give this paper." He shuffles up. "Give this paper to Zebedo." And he hands the specific scroll over towards the magister. The scroll is one that he just pulls out from a shelf, not shelf, sorry, from the drawer of his desk. There's already a couple of them in there. He pulls it out and gives it to him. And he says to the magister, "Make sure that the performance that is given is performance AD." And the magister nods. "Please follow me."
I will follow on like I'm being led to the doctor's office.
At this point, since you're going down and Grimthod is going in, Grimthod, you would notice in the distance that Ashfall is being escorted by one of the magisters.
Grim thought when
Grim
to
is
get
not here.
dinner, so Grim thought is not
Then-
here. Yeah.
Then, we can do something else in the meantime. Away from the Magistratum in general. Back to the orphanage. I think with Kiki being awake now, you have something more important to do, but...
I have a few things I want to do, but yeah.
Yeah, you wake up, Kiki, and I don't want to leave our newest player off the batch all game session. So, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to take a moment of your time to just really quickly head back to the Soulless Expedition Guild. So, let's go through this. So, back in the Expedition Guild, within the research wing itself, Van, for the past week or so, not really week or so, you have been spending all of your time here, and you have been hired for a month. You were hired by the Expedition Guild to be the bodyguard for one of their top researchers, undergoing by the name of Varric Baravan. What that for? Varric is a very skilled researcher and head of the Expedition Division. And you have been hired to protect him because as of late, he has been getting threats from a criminal organization known as the Triad.
Okay.
Nothing really has happened ever since you have been assigned to him as a bodyguard, and most of your time is spent when under necessary supervision of him, helping him around in the workplace, or when Varric allows you, or rather sneaks you out to drink at night, because you're not allowed to even, like, drink most of the time. But Varric lets you just sneak out towards one of the taverns, have some time to yourself. Today is
I imagine Van's making up for lost time there.
Yeah. Many a time have you found yourself awoken from a hangover in one of the many streets of Magiana, just unaware of the passage of time, not really certain who you punched last time and why your knuckles were bruised a bit. Now, needless to say, you find yourself in not such a fun day today either. For a week straight, the Expedition Guild has been keeping an extremely close eye on both of you, and in all honesty, it has been very boring. You have been doing nothing more than helping move around crates of very delicate and fragile research materials, such as ancient tablets of stone or long past written scrolls that would be just turned to dust if exposed to sunlight. And you have been just sitting for most of it, just sleeping most of the day on your shift.
Yeah, I imagine even when he's standing up, he's sort of half asleep.
Yes. Van, I have... oh, my dear lord. Van, would you mind? Fetch me the antiquaries from the excavation site C1, if you could. I think I have found a connection between the residents of Bezuth with Alter. I need to have... Van! Are you asleep?
What? No, I'm awake.
C1 antiquaries, please.
Okay.
The box, the box with the C1 on it.
He looks at him and he sort of reaches towards one box like he's asking a question by reaching in that direction.
The third from the left on the top. I understand today has been a very slow day, but please, just a little more. I think...
He gets up.
I haven't had the steward be here for a while. So if we're very lucky, he's not going to be back here until nightfall. For some reason, I think one of the other expedition members required some guidance to the city. And if we're very lucky, you might even get the night off tonight.
Oh, that's overdue.
Mm.
He grabs the box required of him,
Oh, thank you.
or at least the one he thinks is the box required of him.
Yep, that's the one. He opens up the top of the lid, and within you see the antiquaries in question are the ones that you have been seeing all the time. You have very grown accustomed to seeing old suits of gold-plated armor up to this point. Most of it is like cracked and old. Not even suit for really battle. This is antiques and relics for Christ's sake. Vampiric of origin, which is interesting, but all in all, this is just junk on the battlefield. And you see him go, marvelous. The signs are the same on the crests. These were from the same house. Excellent. He turns to you. The individual that you have been serving, that you have been working with, Master Varric, he's a half-elf. Relatively thin in posture, but he has very plump cheeks with a very long mustache on the top. Usually wears a white-brimmed hat with the same yellow-white cloak of the Solisard Expedition Guild and a crystal-encrusted pauldron onto his right shoulder. Master Varric turns to you and says, well, if we are very lucky, hopefully we won't have any problem with that. Oh dear. He turns towards one of the many letters that he has on his desk, and he opens it. That is new. He opens it. And as he's reading it, his expression goes from just casual, joyful, to intrigued, fearful. Oh my. That is not good. I can't. I need a safe bet. Suddenly he smiles.
What's that? I didn't quite catch it.
No, he read a piece of paper from a letter he just got, and he turns to his van, going with his usual smile of satisfaction. Van, I believe that we have actually stumbled upon an opportunity. I've been receiving some letters from some old friends of mine, and I think that I might be able to get you some time off, and maybe even some time entirely off the building.
Well, tell me the details.
Well,
Don't just leave me hanging.
Of course. Some of my old friends that I've used to help out from time to time, they have just informed me that something relatively bad is occurring within our first city, and I believe that I'm going to require some research notes, or rather some experience, on the field from someone I can trust, and unfortunately, it just so happens I don't have many hands available to me at this time. Shame, I know. So, my only alternative would be you, and I know that you are very well situated in helping me here in the workplace, and of course if you desire to still remain here and help me daily with the numbering of the relics and the sorting, you can still remain. I can give this probably to one of the other adventurers who are outside.
I'll take it.
Thought so. Simple job, really. It appears that we are dealing with some uprising. You remember the other Triad that has been sending us those death threats every now and then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently there is some sign of activity in the Krunith world, and there are news of a new rift that has opened beneath the surface that leads into the Underdark by a mining excavation. The team that was sent in to investigate has not returned yet, and I believe that they found something wonderful or terrible, and I need someone I can trust to get in there and get some investigation. Not alone, of course. I will put a post up into the guild for some assistance, but I would like you to be going there instead of me. I'm gonna be still here, just working through my. He looks at the back of the room where the crates have been stacked to the point they reach the ceiling. My many relics.
Van's relatively sure he'll be safe as long as he's in the building, right?
He looks at you. I will be fairly honest. I don't know why they really assigned me you as bodyguard. Like, I'm a skilled mage, but at this point I think it's more just for this security person. I'll be fine. And if anything goes awry, I'll simply leave and reconvene with you in a safe location, or I'll simply teleport to you should you remain in this plane of existence. I don't think anything of that sort will happen, such as you disappearing entirely. But fine, I will set up this note post-haste. If you would be so kind, however, to help me for the remainder of the day, just for like 10 or so minutes, and if the spy has returned, then that is yours to revel in before tomorrow's, well, I suppose work pace will be a lot interesting, but still work pace nonetheless. Good job.
Yeah, Van happily gets to work with the idea that he's going to be able to leave this place for a little while.
Yes. And without skipping much of a beat, I don't know if Krunith is here, so we're gonna the orphanage instead. I love it when the party is split.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna have to hop off in another 5 minutes for
no
probably
worries.
I was just making set up. So yeah, no way. Feel free to do orphanage. I will be back for my set of stuff.
Okay.
Ah, yes, the orphans.
Yes, the orphans. So, Persephone, Kiki, Lupus, you're all in the orphanage, and you just see Kiki awaken. Lupus surprises you because last time what I said is like you thought, yep, that she's dead. Unfortunate. But no.
Oh,
no.
Shit.
Yeah.
Darling,
Smashes holy water.
Ah.
That was vodka. That was holy vodka.
Okay.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh, wow. Look. Oh, it's smashed my canteen.
Canteen is only alcohol!
Darling, are you okay?
Well, I don't know what's going on with you, to be quite honest.
Oh, darling, I never know what's going on with me, to be quite honest, but I quite frankly thought you were dead for a moment there, and I don't think I could live with myself if you were.
I'm just gonna take out another canteen to drink.
Luminous, darling, can you share that, please?
This
Alright,
one's
alright.
holy water. This
Alright.
one's holy water.
Please, I don't know, like, oh no.
Oh dear.
Well, when I tried to look into it, there was something watching back at me, and it told me to back off, which, of course, I didn't listen to it. And I felt everything going black.
Something.
And then I had... This is going on with Persephone, since she hasn't really talked about this with the rest of the party. And I also had a word with my, patron, shall we say.
Oh, the elusive being that is quite frankly, I don't know much about your patron, what you told me.
I don't know much about it either. Yes, I think cool.
Has your patron warmed up to us any, or is it still sort of...
Well, I guess it's a good time to start actually speaking about this. Lupus, how much do you know about people making deals with things, creatures, gods?
Takes out a book. Yeah, I know about that.
Well, I'm not a wizard. I'm not a sorcerer either. I'm gonna
Oops.
deal with something.
Trust
Yeah.
feign surprise. Oh my god, really? I
You
had
don't-
no idea.
You see Lupus drinking? You know, even I can tell you're not surprised, but... Right?
Has he ever used Ultra Blast?
Yes,
Yes.
multiple times. But if you don't know, if you don't know what it is, then like,
That's very true.
and weird mouths opening, all that jazz. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I never told you about this because well, you never asked and it was never brought up, and I don't know what you all think about that, so I just never spoke about it. But I had a word with it, and well, to be quite honest, it thinks I'm wasting my time with all of you, and it wants me to leave all of you.
Hmm. And what do you think about that, darling?
Well, I think I would be dead if I didn't meet all of you. And also all of you have proven to be very interesting. It's hard to accept the fact that I will outlive most of you. So it has been interesting getting to know all of you better, since I have never formed a relationship with someone who doesn't live as long as I do.
Persephone's just like touched. Like, oh, adorable.
Well.
So I would like to spend time with you until you, well, perished or we went our separate ways.
That's a really cynical description, but...
It is,
Alright.
but you have to accept it when you live for God knows how long.
Yeah.
What's just the average lifespan of an elf? Both of you both have the ear thing going on, so I kind of just assumed you were both elves.
Yeah.
Would Lupus live nearly as long as you then? You know, Lupus could be best friends forever.
How old are you, Lupus?
Well, technically I haven't counted that for a long time. Let's just see... Our character kind of lost... Takes out a piece of paper. 290.
Okay, so you're a bit younger than me, but not too much.
I like how you have to actually have a piece of paper with the age, or like, how long have I been here?
Too long. Too long is the answer.
I think I've sold too much by. I think I've sold too much doing my job back at the desert that I kind of forgot. Takes out the sand from the paper.
To be quite honest, I'm not sure of my exact age, since I stopped counting about 100 years ago.
You know the feeling. That's why we have legal paperwork to do the counting for us.
Exactly.
Somebody just pinches the bridge of her nose, like, oh my god. They're so old, but they're such children.
You think Ian was high five on that fact?
Yeah. Well, you see, but there is no rush for us, because we know everything must come to an end, but it's very far away. Things have changed in this over 400 years since I've been here, and things will change.
Yeah.
But I will still be here.
We got up and a lot of things. Pick up this because of that.
It's definitely assuming the gods don't have other men. Some freakish cultist doesn't burst into your life and, make a muck of things. You may live for a very long time by genetic design, but that doesn't mean necessarily you will live that long.
I know, and that's why I would like to stay with you for this short period of time that I could definitely stay alive.
This is very true.
Like a permanent piece of our memory.
There's somebody just looking around the rooms of this office because she flipped a desk, a bunch of weird shit happened, there are books everywhere, she just
Oh yeah, by the way, what the hell happened in this room?
Well, you see, I don't like being lied to by people I trust, which is a bit ironic considering what my name had been and what I do. But let's just say, somebody I put in charge of running this place had decided to scam the government for money. I don't want to talk about it, I'm very, very pissed off about it. And then get into bed with the fucking bourgeoisie.
Bourgeoisie, what's that?
Somebody who has money and likes to give away money for no reason other than to further their own means in some direction, would do just fine with what they had, but greedy. And this desk, this very mahogany desk that you see has claw marks just scratched into it from, the thingies. And Persephone's and they decided that we needed a new wing, and we needed a new desk, and we needed all these things that we really, really didn't need.
Now doing that.
So a bit of a mess.
Now the one I worked on wasn't this big, it only has the thing it needs.
That's what this place
Oh,
is
you're going to
supposed
hate. You're going to hate my family home.
I did take you to mine, but I burnt it to the bloody ground.
Speaking of family and speaking in general, I will try to contact my sister and see what is going on.
The sister. You knew that, right?
My twin, that is
yes.
that is maybe part or against or captured or dead by the Triad.
It's been a very, very long couple of days, darling, and we had a whole situation that yellow tiefling. I don't know how to explain that situation, but it was a fucking disaster.
I think I must have been really reading. I can't remember any of that.
Glory, Bright.
His name is Glory.
The few sessions that
What?
Tsentrr was working.
He was,
So I'm gonna contact my sister with sending.
You can certainly try.
That's gonna be awkward.
I'm going to clean up. If you would like to. There's hot chocolate for the children in the kitchen if you guys would like to have some, but I need... You almost died digging into my head, and I have a lot of things to process, and I've fucked up the paperwork system, so,
Yeah, I can help organize that. So what? Just give me a minute and it'll be done.
I will be outside doing my thing.
Just, if a child comes up to you, just try to be kind to them. Don't punt the children. I don't think I need to explain not to punt the children, but you would be incredibly, incredibly surprised at what people do to kids in this place.
Yeah, that's why.
Persephone's gonna proceed to clean up the room that she has ostensibly demolished.
Including the desk?
Well, she's not gonna fix the desk. She's
Okay.
gonna leave she's gonna pick it up,
Okay.
but she's gonna leave it clawed up.
Yeah.
It's a power move to leave that shit there.
Sure.
That's why in the ones that work for the guild usually have lots of gods here and mages. Have to make sure the feature never. Right.
No, I'm just gonna say, Kiki, you go outside for your sending, just prepare your message.
Yes. I'm gonna wing it because I'm not gonna write it.
Sure. 25 words, isn't it?
Yep.
Alright, go ahead.
We need to talk. Where are you?
Mhm.
What do you know of the Triad? Where have you been this whole time? I miss you.
Exactly fine.
Cheeky.
You don't get the
I know.
So you say Kiki and you think like, oh shit, I didn't have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, I like a letter.
Yeah. So you send a message, it fires. You feel it actually send off. And you get a response. The sound is exactly the same as you remember it so long ago. It triggers your memory immediately as you hear the sound of your sister replying back to you. Oh my god. Kiki, is that you? Hi, how have you been? It's been so long. Yes, of course. We should totally hang out if you...
Is it just blabbering the whole 25 words?
That's the last thing you hear. And as you just think to yourself, okay, you're hit with a message. A sending has been sent to you. As you just same voice go, oh, I forgot the spell does that. I am so sorry. Yes, we should talk. Where are you? Actually, it's okay. I will find you.
I'm in Mariana. I will be going home to see our brothers and parents. How do you then?
There's a moment of pause because that's how the spell works. It's like immediate sending message back to you. Okay, that sounds terrible, but spend your time as you want. I will meet you. How about the old cafe?
Sure. Tomorrow?
Is that all?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. The moment passes and another message comes to you. Sure, I will be there by noon, if that's okay with you. We should really stop using magic like this. It is very taxing.
There's so many turtles and stuff. I will see you then.
It's like sending text messages, but your phone is basically dying.
Yeah. Or like very expensive. Can I make an insight check to see if she was herself or if she was pretending?
Make an insight check. Sure.
A natural 20.
Well, I'll be darned. Okay.
Yes, 25 copper per word.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Dear lord. Sure. She seemed earnestly happy to be listening from you. Like, there was joy in there. Like, a lot of joy. It sounded like herself. Yeah, exactly like how you remembered her. Like, literally how you remember from your life.
That's weird that it hasn't changed in like 300 something
same.
years.
Same voice, same attitude even. She sounded a lot happier. I have to clarify, a lot happier than how she was for the time, like the year before she left.
Okay. Maybe she's undead, I don't know. Cool. I'm gonna walk into Persephone's office and go like, do you want me to fix that desk or?
Darling, no. This desk is worth more than a man's life. He's going to stay as fucked up as he is.
I like that.
It's a useless piece of furniture.
Oh. So it's now we return back to where we left Krunith.
Oh god, yes, Grandfather. Oh no. Oh my god, is somebody with him?
Yeah. That's someone from guild that I gave him instructions.
Holy. I'd read that from what to be honest.
Well, I have a feeling that maybe we should try to contact him and ask where he's going.
Doesn't he scream in the message spell?
I think
Should we maybe try to contact Ash?
That might be the better choice. Do you have spell slots left, darling, or would you like me to make the call?
I have one.
Do you want to save it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will use my rod to get my another spell slot back, so I have to.
Okay.
You see in the background, Lupus just organizing all the paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, sending to Ashfall.
Wait, Trust, have you gotten a good eye on those paperwork by instead of just not caring?
I care. I very much care.
Okay.
I think Persephone would have it piled on the desk to look through. So let's actually, before he sends sending.
Suddenly an interest arises. Yeah, most of them are, in fact, paperwork regarding the orphanage, if not all of them. There are some papers regarding a verification of the money that Rooney, the person you've met last time, gave to the orphanage, which is verified by the bank, so it is legit. There's also a few, since you literally flipped the bloody table, there are some papers that were within the drawers that are about giving money away, but to an unidentified source, and a lot of money. Like, we're talking the money that you were sending to the orphanage, a lot of money.
I would like to take those papers and look at them, please.
Yeah, they are handwritten, thanks vehicles, they are handwritten by your old friend, well, past friend. They are not official, they are notes. They are notes he kept for himself.
So he was never intent on showing me these.
Isn't this just proof of laundering money?
I suppose though, it does not show who he's sending the money to, which is a problem in itself.
Well, maybe he had some other private, let's say, deals he had made, and he was using the money of orphanage to pay them off.
That makes the situation even worse, because now he's made the orphanage complicit in whatever scheme. That could get this place shut down, whether or not it's here for the good of the city or not. If it's used as a front for a criminal enterprise, which I've tried so very hard to make sure it wasn't.
But it could also be just personal, like he could also be sending it to someone.
That's the problem. The amount of money that's being sent
This
is
is a lot.
usually is more than enough to keep this place afloat for in good condition.
This is you have a debt you need to pay off. Money.
They we get the first scene with this type of evidence even if we can't technically help without looking like a criminal, they want to. Yeah, this pretty much stops most places from being able to help this place in any legal manner.
I think we're far beyond legal manners at this point. To be frank.
I know, but yes.
Okay, so we went from Trust and Frank, got it.
You're funny. Do you think the guild might be able to track down who these letters went to? Not officially.
That's usually what my occupation's about, but show mask. Yeah, even though my symbol for that occupation's kind of burned and yeah, but
If you would like to take up the task of figuring out where the fuck the money went.
I can send it to someone who can find that result real easier, but it can be awkward in a personal matter.
I would hate to make this awkward for you.
And then it's just gonna be a long time since talking to Mother. She's a little older in a way of speaking.
I'm happy you have my attention, but we're getting distracted. We should probably reconvene with the group because I need a stiff fucking drink after this day.
Just
Wait,
take those
they
notes.
gives him one,
Yeah.
gives Persephone another canteen. It's all
How many do you have, and should we confiscate some?
I assume it's just the same one. I assume it's something like took a swig and I handed it back.
Nah, he clearly just took another one out and gave it.
Fuck! Lucas, darling, do you have a problem?
You know, we could maybe enchant one of them to have infinite alcohol. That's for storage.
I mean,
Maybe I might be able to help with that.
you do know that I haven't been that sober for most of the time I was with you guys, right?
I sort of assumed you were, to be honest, because we didn't always see you drinking.
Oh, you really did.
Nah.
He was like always drinking in the background, to be honest.
Yeah, like non-stop. I even did rolls for that.
That's true, I did.
Persephone doesn't know about the dice gods, now does she?
It's just that, trying to show how frequently he did it.
Then again, another fucked up shit we end up
Oh no.
in audio.
Question, would I be able to use this spell to turn one into water? Or booze into water?
What?
I'm gonna un-Jesus the alcohol.
By destroy water?
No. Like, make it so the alcohol is the water instead of alcohol. You have to turn water into wine, I'm trying to turn wine into water.
Well, it does say
That's-
that
It's a big piece of spell slot.
I just want
gallons
to
of
I mean, you can dilute it extremely, yeah.
You either dilute it or concentrate it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like you
I was
either.
trying to pull the reverse Jesus.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
you can make it so watery it would be a crime to consider it just
Or
alcoholic.
you could just make it so it would strip the paint off boats.
That.
like it's just pure
It's just
alcohol.
ethanol. The
Yeah.
fucking it's everywhere.
The choice is yours. Do you want to do it?
No, I don't have the spell prepared. I have guiding bolt prepared. So.
Ah.
Accidentally guiding bolt Lupus's canteen.
Okay, we need to get everybody together, I think, and reconvene. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna use one of my third level slots that I have and use that good sending spell to Ashfall.
You cast sending, and the spell fires from your mind. What are you telling him?
Darling, it's been a day. Going to reconvene at tavern. Know where Grimthord is? Details to come. Time to drink is now. Let's go. Yes. It's 25 words, baby.
It is. Yeah. Wow. You get them as you're escorted by the magisters, Ashfall.
I thought I was thinking it would be like on the path out.
For the sake of ease of like continuity, we'll say that it is like as you're getting because what happened in the orphanage was happening as you were researching already.
Right. So are Grimthod and I passing yet? Have I seen him?
I'll roleplay Griffin. Yes, you do.
Okay. Well, this is just like dealing with a personal matter. I'll be around later. Grimthod is at big building.
Yeah, that's the name.
Ashfall is dealing with that, but he's Grimthod. Wait. Grimthod is actually the.
We better get going. We gotta go.
You see Krunith Ashfall as you're like being escorted out. You see like entering the building. Whoa! Oh hey! Oh!
Hi.
Yeah. Actually, so eventually the magic just looks like, is he with you?
No, we're just old friends.
As he
Just
also...
keep walking.
Okay. Krunith is like approaching you, just walking up towards you.
Okay, good.
As you're walking, the magic goes, "Are you old friend? Are you... Sir, you're not going to stay back? Oh, okay. Oh, hi. Oh, sorry, not even that.
I've got somewhere to be. Tell them to say hi if you see them.
Okay, well, where are you going?
Somewhere. Let's say. No, I'll go with this. Like, I'm going to a doctor's appointment.
Okay.
That'll work.
Have fun with Healthy Goat, and Grimthod begins to walk away.
Healthy Goat.
The magic is extremely confused. Follow me. As the rest of you are now walking towards the big building, I guess.
Running, we are booking it. We're not gonna let Grimthod alone in there. Jesus Christ.
Running, walking swiftly, as to not draw attention, but
Power
yes.
walking, I see.
Power,
Zoom, zoom.
yeah.
Power pose while walking.
Oh dear lord. You are
Persephone
very
dragging Kiki because Kiki's legs are very short.
Oh yes.
fast. You make your way towards the big building.
Oh, but we're really quiet.
As you are led up towards the carts, there are carts outside of the building that you're currently. But there's also magister carts, which are big metal boxes of sorts. Like they're encompassed fully. There is no windows on that thing, and there are wheels like reinforced beneath the cart itself, driven by a pair of horses that appears to be relatively buff, relatively strong, and enchanted because you see there's like a mage casting a spell on them. As you approach, the magister hands up a salute to one of the other magisters, an enforcer from what you can see, and the whip-seeker approaches going, "Who is this? What's the meaning of this intrusion?" "Oh, this is for the Wisdom Academy institution. This one is for Procedure AD." Right. Very well. Come with me, sir. Please enter within the this cart. You see the end of the cart is a pair of benches, and that's it. A pair of just wooden benches.
Already?
You get into the vehicle. You hear the doors close behind you. A locking mechanism is applied. And where you would expect darkness to completely overscape you, the room within the car glows as faint light illuminates your surroundings. But you are fully encompassed within this box. And it doesn't take long. Yeah, it doesn't take even long before you are taken away. This will not go bad. Anyway, the rest of you are making your way over towards the big building. It's a shame that I don't have.
You know, I was just thinking that what if they were just like, oh yeah, we can get the link out of you from that demon. It's literally just, oh, we're gonna kill you, but we're gonna say it nicely.
I mean,
it's rather fun.
Anyway, you're making your way over towards the institution. It will take you a few days. Actually, with it will take like a day or two to make it there. Oh, yeah. He's taken directly to Krunith.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry if I wasn't clear on that. Unfortunate. But, well...
Wait, but we're going to Grimthod, not to Ash.
No, you're not, I know, you're going to Grimthod, but Ash is leaving Tsentrr. Anyway, you're making your way over towards the big capital building.
Everything is fine, splitting the party.
Oh, yes, this is great. Ashfall, we're going to talk about something soon, after the game, very likely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Unless if you're just gonna...
So will we have a new character in the next session? Who knows?
Find out next time in Dragon Ball Z.
No, we're gonna find out very soon. You make your way up to this capital, and that's the problem with having one player missing. It's I don't know what they want to do. So instead, Ashfall, you're inside the cart. You feel it moving.
Yes, this cart works.
Yes. You're just waiting in there?
Well, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Time progresses. As you feel the cart moving, solid like half hour passes, 1 hour passes. Nice. A few hours pass with you being in the cart, and you hear no longer the road, the cart being on from the city. There's a distinct change, being more coarse, more rough. You then hear sounds muffled due to the exterior of the box. And there is all of a sudden just have this eerie silence just kick in. Get this thing open. Come on. The doors from the back open, and you're greeted with a face that you thought you wouldn't see. It's Moderkai.
Oh,
Next to him,
that's surprising.
next to him is a person with the hood on the back of their head, and you can see snake scales running along the sides of their cheek, and a pair of bloodied weapons. As you just noticed in the background, dead magisters on the floor. Well, 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 if it isn't... who are you again? It doesn't matter. Hello. Wait, where's the others? Why are you alone here? That is unfortunate. Well, you should be enough of a bait for the orc, though. What was his name again? Don't remember. That doesn't matter. So we can do this either the easy way, or we can do this the bone-breaking way. Actually, do we need him alive? It would be more sufficient to draw out the orcs, have him screaming. Oh, fair point, fair point. So we have a choice in this. Oh, yes. I'm going to give you the best current decision right now. We can do this the fun way, or the boring way. Fun way is simple. He grasps his two-handed warhammer and it suddenly catches fire. He is also wearing different equipment from what you saw before. He has magical weaponry on him, and armament. The fun way is me punching you with this hammer until you lose consciousness. The boring way, well, we put a sack over your head and we call it a day. I'll be extremely honest with you. I don't remember you. You were the one that did the darkness thing. I don't that's the problem with your group. I don't care a lot about what each of you does, but you have to. So, if you would be so kind as to just tell me which method of kidnapping you would prefer, really quickly, because I am leaning towards option 1 right now. But I mean,
Just sort of like peers around. Is like, I think option 1 will come eventually, so we'll go for option 2 for now.
well, good. Here, Shaver, would you mind? Get the smoke. Of course. Just be a 1D pull out a bag from the side and look at you, hand you the bag. Inhale this.
How it works.
Inhale this. It's supposed to be a miasma cloud. Should be good enough for you to just, well, have sweet dreams.
Yeah, sure. Does it?
Do you resist its effect?
No.
Right.
I would rather be unconscious for the beatings that are about to occur.
Yeah, the drow poison immediately kicks in, and you lose your control over the body as soon after Moderkai reaches, grabs you with one hand, stuffs your head within a pouch, and you feel your hands move behind your back, locked. Alright. Off we go then. Let's get out that half-orc. I've got a rematch to win. And you feel a sharp pain on the back of your head. Before consciousness slips away from you.
Mordecai needs to stop stealing our druids.
He really does.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
He has a weird
Really hobby.
He has a gimmick and it's kind of weird. I don't get what his gimmick is with druids, but he has a thing.
It's a
Anyway,
fetish,
back to you.
really.
They not know how to kidnap either. I mean, they literally just, here, we inherit this, please.
Oh no, it would have been way worse if you chose option
Makes
1.
this handkerchief sound like
You...
So I apparently did some shit.
Yes, a little bit.
You waste the chaos that you started.
Yes, you are
Yeah.
in the you are now in the building, and You saw Ashfall being escorted by a member of the magistrate. You told him hi. He was going for a doctor's appointment. So now you're in the building. And you have some time before your companions rush over before they realize that you were all alone. So what do you want to do?
Sorry, is that me?
Yes.
Yeah.
What happened with the Hannibal building?
That's where you were, and that's where Ashfall was, because he was looking for a way to deal with a demon problem. The magistrates decided the best way to do that is in their own holdings in Krunith.
So he was escorted away by one of the
Magistrates.
magistrate guys, and I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
Magistrates. Okay, but like he went away. Okay. So Grimthal will go up to. I presume like there's a reception or something along those lines.
Yeah, sure. There's goes towards the Royal Library.
Hi. So is this where like the chief this place is?
Chief, the chief of
The boss. The boss who like kind of gestures generally to everything.
the boss of the hallway, the hall monitor.
No. This whole town, you know.
I mean the city.
Yeah.
Are you
Okay, yeah.
without a monarch.
Oh, you have a chief. Who's in charge then?
What do you want, sir?
Well, I realised I came to the city, but like, I didn't really like. It's a big place and it belongs to a chief, but I didn't like announce myself to the chief, which seems a bit rude. Now thinking about it, so I wanted to present him with a gift. But like, who's the boss? Who's in charge?
Aye. It's nice and like.
Wow, give me a persuasion check.
Cool. Okay, here we go. What?
You see the face of the customer service face returns as a smile spreads
Yeah.
across this person's lips, just looking up towards you. Ah, I see. You wish to speak to someone. For all intents and purposes, that would be me. Sure.
Oh, you own all this, yeah?
Certainly, sir. How can I help?
Alright.
And
Well-
you are the manager.
Yeah, to be clear, Grimthal is looking for. They don't have a monarch, but he's basically looking for whoever is in charge of the city. So the person's claiming that authority, yes?
Yeah, and he seems a bit done
Okay.
with it already, but
Okay. So I wanted to present you a gift on behalf of myself and the Jew tribe. Actually, that's the tribe I come from, and also the glorious folks.
oh,
We're not a tribe or guild. But I want to present you with a gift on behalf of us for allowing us to enter into your city safely. I was going to give you something, but something told me that giving it to you would be bad because there's like some guy's vision that pissed them off. So instead, I decided to give you a dish. And Grimthal will reach into his bag and produce two things. He produces his map of the of Zolaria and his one of his troll claws. So this is a map of the place that is out here. Outlined a bunch of important stuff on it that might be of interest to you and some of your people. And this is a claw from a troll that I killed.
Mm.
Here you go. So,
Ah,
please accept these kind gifts.
sweet as that was. Why is it giving away our map?
That's the map of Zolaria, not the map of Majana, where we are right now. So the map of where we've been.
thank you, sir, for your gifts. I'm afraid we cannot accept them.
Why not?
With all due respect, you see the person, like, the Frau lowers. He seems to be. Have you got any idea what you are, sir?
I'm in the magic place. I can't tell if that's in a character or
To be honest, it's probably
a little bit about,
Definitely both.
You see the person go.
Concerned.
Of course, sir. He smiles as he reaches with one hand beneath the table, and you see him looking up to you going, and and how long have you been planning to stay here?
We've got to get ourselves all tooled up with better equipment and stuff like that. Where the blacksmith I was talking to was saying it might take a week. So, yeah, about that long. It might be longer. It depends on how long it takes to get ourselves all ready. But once we've got all of our stuff together, we're going to be heading off towards the tournament. So,
Yes, I see. At this point, you see a member of the guard approach a magistrate. The person behind the guard goes, excellent. This is a member of our Stories Guard. I'm going to lead you to a nice place for you, and they escort you outside of the building.
as they approach Grimthal, they'll go, I got something for this. He pulls out his rite of passage.
Are you from Zolaria?
Allowed. Yeah. He doesn't know there's the difference. He was told if these people turn up, present them with a piece of paper to show that you're okay.
You show him the piece of paper, and the magistrate lowers any intimidation factors he has and just pats you on the shoulder. That's very good, my friend. Now follow me.
Oh, okay, cool. And Grimthal thinks we're their friends.
Yep. He leads you outside the building and says, and please, unless you have something important, stay out.
Oh, okay. Well, enjoy the gifts. I presume did they give them back to him?
They
or did
gave the gifts back to you unless you were very insistent.
That would be
Because
a
you just-
system that, like, like that. If they truly don't want the gifts, he's not going to force them on them. But yeah, he walks back out, takes his troll claw on his map, and he's like, "Oh, my friend is still in charge. Is alright. I have to wait out here for him."
Your friend?
Yeah, leave you go. He went in with me, and then like one of the guys, like you, he had to talk to him and Irish stuff. So yeah, he's still in charge.
I'm not wait for your friend necessarily. He should be back in a couple of days.
Oh, that's a long time.
Well,
Is that alright?
I believe so, sir.
Hang on, check. Grimdod will kind of look, avert his eyes skyward and use his one casting of sending.
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
Because he still hasn't got those extra spell slots back.
That's tomorrow for us, I'm pretty sure, for both of us.
I don't think it's as long for you as it is for me. I've got no, actually, yeah, it was the next day, because there was a couple of days to get over here. So yeah, tomorrow I'll have my spell slots back properly. But yeah, so cast sending was like, "Hey, leave we go. God says I'm not allowed back inside. Said you'd be away for a couple of days. Let us know if you need help."
The message is sent. I wonder if it fails automatically now if the recipient is unconscious.
Let me look at this reading on sending. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows, and can answer immediately. The spell enables creatures with intelligence to
okay,
send
so
message across distance.
yeah, right.
Transfer if they're unconscious or not.
So the message is sent. We wait for a second. There's no reply.
So is Ash like, quote unquote dreaming that Grimdod is yelling at
Oh, I did say just the back of the head because I didn't want to go through the trouble of just rolling every single hit that would knock Ash unconscious.
Yeah, especially when he's allowing, it's effectively a coup de grace at that point. But the thing to note there is that he sent the message. Grimthod, he's not asleep. He's fallen unconscious, which I think means he wouldn't even have anything received.
At this point, Grimthod, you know this. Your friends are approaching. The glorious goats. They're coming. They're running towards the building.
Walking swiftly.
Oh, hi guys! Just waving.
And at this point, you get a message in your head. The reply.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's like, it's reply. In your head. It's like, oh yeah, someone is screaming in mine. But the voice is not a voice you've heard before. It's different. Weird. Elegant, but not something you have necessarily recognizing. And it is very clear. We have Ashfall with us. If you don't want him hanged in the town square by tomorrow, come to the abandoned pits alone tonight. Moderkai awaits.
So Grimthod's expression turns from excitement to see you, suddenly, oh, I'm getting a reply, and then it goes immediately serious. Can Grimthod reply to this message?
Yes, it's ascending.
Alright. Where's this pit? You tell that fiery fuck I'm coming for him. There are no more words.
The response has come. To the north of the city, there is an abandoned mine shaft. The mines used by the Pearl Harbor, by the Pearl Works industry, is abandoned. There he will wait by midnight.
When we get him back, he's hurt. The fire giant's not the only one who's gonna die. You best be ready.
Are you speaking this out loud, or?
No, that's all in his head. His expression's got very serious.
Yeah, for the rest of you, what you see is just Grimthought looking very serious.
And having said that in their blind message, he turns to hold them and goes, "Okay, we got a problem."
What is that?
Don't tell me we accidentally started a war with the guild.
Yeah, that big fire fucker. He's got big fig out.
What is Moderkai doing here?
He's time for Ash, I think.
Why would he be coming to us?
Because you fucking edge, you came before us before, didn't you?
Well, technically, we went to him first.
You see, a cognitive turn an extra notch. He goes, oh, that fucking coward.
I just spoke with Ashfall.
He was enjoying. Grimthod again. Then another cog turns. He turns back to the other, the guy who, or is he gone at this stage? The guy who led him out.
He's further in, he's visible.
Grimthod yells back, "Hey!"
He rolls his eyes. Yes.
My friend got caught. He got taken by the Triad. Why did you say he got days?
What? No, how do you...
Wait.
You see, confusion, surprise, how do you know about... Wait. No, it's impossible. He was taken out by Majesty, by... What?
They said they took him to a pit up north. They took him to the edge.
Oh, I see. Sir, your friend is probably alright. You don't need to worry.
No, it's the Triad. They got him.
Maybe they
Certainly,
claim
sir.
that they can't help, but
The magistrate
I
pulls
do
my
know
hand.
someone.
We're gonna investigate into this post haste. And he turns around and starts walking away from you.
Darling, I think you should come back.
He turns again.
You're a little
Stop taking us
short-handed.
very seriously.
You're a little short-handed.
Are you also here to
think I
deliver presents?
No. But you see, Lupus looks at the body. You're a little short-handed when it comes to combat right now. I think I can get help from the guild with that problem.
Or you get some people to help us out in the fight.
I'll
Master
just
Press
say,
recommended.
Miss Emmy's gonna look at this guy. He's gonna look him in the eye. She's gonna make eye contact, direct eye contact, and she's gonna say, "You're telling me somebody was kidnapped? Well, with your members, your best of the best, presumably, and you're simply going to look into the matters?"
I mean, we haven't had any responses that there has been anything wrong so far. We haven't had any... We have not even had any alarms regarding this individual. I don't even exactly know who you're talking about. We are going to look into this. And by that I mean, we're going to look into this, what is happening, miss.
Inside all of our
Right,
party
because
members.
that worked so well for you before.
We don't have time for this.
Yeah, we need to go.
If you have...
Hang on.
Wait. Let's go look for help in the guild.
But that's really far that we need. That's like way far to shout. Like, could we not do the head talky thing to them?
And they'll
I don't have
just...
enough, darling, I don't have enough spells to go into this fight.
Wait, one
I won't
question.
until tomorrow.
How fast can Lupus technically move if he runs to the guild?
It would take you like an hour at least to just make it there. It's a very big place, guys. Like, it takes you hours
Yeah,
to...
and if
You
you were to dash,
yeah, you would
I'm
exhaust
pretty sure if
yourself.
you were to dash there, you'd probably take a little bit of exhaustion, yeah.
I am getting sick and fucking tired
Hey,
of
wait.
these motherfuckers. And I would say this lightly. Coming in and taking advantage. And apparently nobody in the fucking world is taking this that seriously at all. Let alone the people who should be.
Wait,
The
you
magistrate's
see,
still
Lupus
there.
grab the card. Wait,
Yeah,
is the
I
card...
jumped.
Yeah.
Wait, is the card still near us?
Yeah, he's like listening
Yeah,
in. He hasn't left.
Can I kind of headlock him and say, do you have
Headlock him.
Yeah,
He immediately
Yeah,
like
and-
gets guarded.
Oh, I mean like armor on the...
yeah,
Oh,
arm
okay.
near...
Not like
like-
actual.
Yeah, okay. You
Join
put
the
your arm
fire.
around his shoulder, sure.
Ask him, do you have a form of quick communication?
First off,
Looks at him extremely seriously.
he pats your
No time
hand
to
out
joke.
from his shoulder. He says, first off, space, sir. I'm just in the middle of the law. Second,
An instrument, a useless one.
Second,
do you have any information regarding the whereabouts of this individual's disappearance? If that's the case. We require
Show him
information.
just in shot. He met with one of your guys and they said they would take him to the library. And then I just got a talky thing voice in my head that said that they take it. They try to take it to the up north.
I see.
Sending, darling.
Oh dear, that might be problematic. He taps his shoulder and he speaks Magianian common tongue. The
Like,
dialect.
I understand.
Yeah, he
Hello.
says, be careful. We may have a kidnapping underway for resident AE. Transport today. Check with the transporters, please. Wait a second there. Crosses his arms.
Persephone's like whispering what is being said. She's translating to Kiki.
I'm from here.
Also,
Oh, yeah, I know, but you can do it in the head. You can do it in the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah,
Persephone
but
can.
also she also understands everything that the guy just said.
Oh yeah, well Persephone's just gonna make eye contact with Kiki like.
Like the only one who doesn't understand what's being said is Krunith, since
And
Lupus. No, Lupus is from here as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
then
this
it's
is the
different.
desert on Paradox.
But he has been.
From here.
He has spent time
Okay.
here, not... He hasn't
Not
lived
to
here.
learn the local language.
But maybe
well,
we'll try to be
technically,
like.
not enough to care to be more precise.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
The message is receiving, you see the message go just a bit more serious. Correct. I heard. Alright, we send word to the Inquisitor. Yes. Very well. He drops up, he grabs his mace, and he taps the other side of his shoulder. We need 3 magisters on to the north side of the district. Right now. Gather up.
What's going on?
He looks at you. None of any of your concerns at the moment. We are, as mentioned, investigating into the matter.
Excuse me, this is
Shitting me
much
right
of
now?
our interest at the moment. He is one of our.
And
part of our-
they
what's it
will
called?
be found. However, while within the premises of this city, the law enforcement falls upon those who enforce the law. And remember, taking
there-
action without having a permit of any kind or having the just authority to do so is penalized. Please.
Then can we have a permit, please?
What?
Is there
We
a
are
way?
healed.
I cannot grant that
Yes.
permit, and even if I could, I do not know any of your people. If you want one,
And who can?
go talk to Queen Alden. He resides still upon the top. Also, please do not interfere with the investigations of the Magistratum. It's for the safety of your own and your friends. Now, unless if you have any other discomfort or insults to sling, I'm going to go to my job.
Influent Magiani Treskas, don't worry, darling. I know exactly how the law operates around here. I know what to do, even if they don't. And they is referring to, you know, the magistrate.
Right, so Grimdog kind of group huddles with everybody, kind of like pulls the group aside, just like, alright,
He starts walking away. Yeah, leave.
Right, so you've got a friend who might be able to help you deal with Shane, yeah?
Sweet. Well, that particular friend, the bodyguard. Highly
You wouldn't
recommended,
know
but
that.
yeah. No, not fan. It's just that there's always a lot of list of highly recommended bodyguard for, you know,
You would
This
not
isn't being, like,
for
specific.
rent.
You would not
That
adventure.
name's just, yeah, something like that. They would just, they would be able to give us someone, well, not give us, but you know, that's
I
someone.
like the term give us.
We might be able to pay for a mercenary, basically.
Okay, well, how long do you think
Say
we
we
can get down
did.
there?
If we go right now?
If we can go to, it's gonna take us out going to the guild in less than a minute from just ask that.
Okay, the message said midday tomorrow.
No, we did
So-
tonight.
Oh, midnight tonight. So, like,
How long that is?
yeah,
From
if
here?
we're looking at the map in regards to the pit, how long would
No,
it
no,
be
no,
up there?
no. Well, that and how long until midnight? Oh my God.
About from now, well, it would be 9 hours. Yeah, about 9 hours from now, but it would take you a solid like
Okay.
6 to reach there.
Okay, so
I have time to rest. That's really
Yeah,
good.
that's what
So-
I'm thinking too. I personally pay as much time for the longest in if they let her sleep while we
I don't
travel.
think- yeah, like we don't have a cart at the moment, do we?
Yeah, give
No,
me-
because we got here via the
Vehicle.
fucking was
No,
it the
we bought that.
the
though, we bought
tank.
that-
You got it by the tank, and then you got a cart and horses
Horses in
in
the cart.
the other.
right?
Remember Glory?
Yes, yeah. Okay, forgot about that. Okay, so if we go down, take Sarah, get down there, and we get on horse and we head north immediately, you could sleep in the cart directly, and we'd be able to get in a long rest.
Because I know a long rest isn't necessarily sleeping. It's 8 hours of like not heavy anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
So in theory-
technically, a short
We
rest
do
is
have-
nothing heavy. Long rest is supposed to be sleep.
Oh, okay.
But you can technically sleep.
Yeah, you could just sleep in the car. There's nothing that stops that.
Persephone's gonna do that then. I need to be at full. I need to be at full capacity if we're gonna go flame okay.
You see,
No,
Especially
let's,
considering
let's
this is
go
still
now.
power.
Yeah.
So, when we face him, this is something new that I got very recently, and I need you and you to execute it perfectly and to point to trust and Grimdog. Remember the first time we fought him?
Yeah, I
Um,
remember you not being to pick the bleach and stuff. That was really bad.
Yes, and Persephone made something that made my spell a lot more powerful.
Boy, I don't know how to explain it. It's
I don't need to understand, I just need to know if you can do it.
I don't even know how you do it. Just tell me to do it.
Yeah.
dying. I can do it twice.
Because I will cast a spell that will hopefully kill. You will do whatever you will do, and I need to push him or pull him,
Okay,
and that will hurt him very, very badly.
right. Punch him, boom. Gotcha.
Or whatever.
But we need to do at least 1 or 2 more people on this. We're down. Ash
Scouted.
was a heavy hitter. We're gonna go amazing, but
And he will also keep us alive.
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
because I can do that technically, but
he's really good at killing stuff. Remember when you killed the T-Rex thing?
You want the automation.
Anyone?
Stop it, Diamond, just go now.
They were walking
Talk it.
fuck you talk.
Yeah, as we're going, Grimdog's like, this fucking bullshit. I told him, come at me. Not fucking steal my friends and then come at me.
What do you
Fucking
mean?
coward.
Come at you.
I think that's
What
the.
did you do, darling?
I did the head nation stay home and told me he was a fucking pussy.
Why didn't you tell us that?
You taunted the guy who's been trying to kill us.
Well, yeah, because he's
Who
fucking
we put him
pussy.
into.
Dear
You
Lord.
didn't think that would get his attention.
Oh yeah, I wanted him to come at me. I just didn't want him to nick my friend again, because maybe that's the only thing he can fucking do.
We're going to talk about part 2. Getting rid of us is getting to you. It is coming at you.
I mean, he fought me fair last time. I thought he'd at least be willing to do a proper fight and not send up some fake version of him or whatever.
Grimdog is trying to trap you. That is why he sent you specifically the message to come at him. He wants to kill you. He wants to kill Ash. He wants to kill all of us because we are in that bay. You cannot face this alone. This is not weird, just you or us.
For
How dare you, for one, for everything we've been through, to assume we wouldn't back you up?
I
We
mean-
wanted to fight with you.
I just
What the
Last
fuck,
time-
Griffon?
last time two people got book and we couldn't get to him. Well, then he died. I thought if I just fought him myself, the rest of you wouldn't get hurt. But then he'd be a fucking pussy again. Sorry, it's all my fault. I'm gonna fix it.
You're not going to fix it alone. Because this is not only your problem.
You're not responsible for Ashfall dying, if anything. I used a spell slot recklessly that I could have used to bring him back immediately. That's on me. It's not on you, darling.
If I just beat him up faster, we would got there soon. This time we're gonna beat him, and we're gonna make sure we fucking stage it this time.
Trust me, darling, Corey has that intention as well.
I just hope this is the real version of him.
If it isn't, then it will just burn the whole organization to the goddamn ground.
I do have one question as well. Krunith, who sent you the message to your head?
Oh yeah, it wasn't him. I don't think he could do magic. It was someone else. I didn't know about Bush.
Right. Lupus, could you try to distract whatever magic users they have so they cannot stop me?
Ooh, that's a good plan. But first, let us at least acquire help.
Yeah, just try and find this person who might be able to put out. And we head over to the guild.
Or we've been heading.
Or we
so
get there.
Yeah,
Or
we
we
get
get
on the route as we chat.
Anyway,
Walking, talking. Screaming about running.
you are running away back towards the guild.
running today.
And as you're arriving, you see there are people already in it. There is a relatively chilly mood. As I'm entering, you notice that there's a bunch of people looking up at a new excavated item that has been found. Something you don't give a shit about as you're running towards the faction's notice board. The notice board of the Solar Expedition gives out requests for dangerous expeditions for people. And you do notice there are a few folks already there. A couple of gnomes are looking up at the reclaiming business, and they're like, "Oh, we should really go to." There is a human clasped in plate armament, adamantium plate armament, with a magical sword just sitting up onto the front, and slowly just walking, trying not to draw attention to themselves as they're making their way towards the exit of the building. There is also what appears to be like familiar-looking character, an elf.
Is it an elf we know?
Yes, you remember that one rogue, the one skulky character
Oh, no.
in the tavern that was like in the corner. He's sitting.
It's Edgy Boy! It's the Edgy Boy!
He's sitting, looking up at a notice board for an investigation, and he's just looking at all of them and just muttering under his breath like, "Oh, this is so easy,
You know what?
too easy."
Grim thought, being the only person here they recognize, he beelines it for the guy, like slams his hand down at him and was like, "Are you good fighting?
Depends.
We need some help fighting this big giant guy who's made out of fire."
Now what? Wait.
We'll pay you money.
He immediately changes his hand. wait. I mean,
Darling, what?
What? Oh, I would help you if the coin is good enough. There is.
Yeah, we can pay you money.
You see, Lupus, okay, I go to one of the Solus Hard guy. Do you know any of our body cards who's taking a something that we can borrow for physical help?
Know anyone capable? I don't know. Lieutenant, one of the people working at the counter. Hey, Jason, you know anyone who's good at fighting? And you see the person behind the counter is a human, blonde hair, freckles onto the cheeks, just looking up with the little glasses over his eyes. Oh, he looks around really quickly. Van! And Van, just as you were like reaching for the door, you hear the sound.
I was almost there! I was almost there!
You hear you hear the voice of the clerk behind you, just calling for you.
Yes.
I think you got something. Wait, where are you going?
I was gonna go get drunk.
You can do that after we've killed
We
something.
can do that on the road. I'm walking.
No, not on the road.
No. After we've killed Moderkai, I think we will all be getting very, very drunk.
You have no idea
guys
what they're
need to-
talking. Yeah, you have no idea what they're talking about, Van. Just...
Also, you hear one voice inside your head. It's fucking weird.
He doesn't talk out loud, by the way. That's all in you don't know.
Yeah.
It's all in his skull. He's
Yeah.
He looks visibly perplexed. Dan is like a man mountain. He's like 6'3" and about 4 feet wide at the shoulder.
Yeah, actually,
You're like average height to our party. Like,
Yeah.
actually, if
Yeah.
you wouldn't mind just giving me a description of your character.
Yeah, he's massive. He's just basic human, but he's like 6'3", just shy of 300 pounds. Like if you were to take the plate off, it would be solid muscle. Not like bodybuilder muscle, but like those world's strongest man competitions where they lift a giant concrete. That kind of muscle.
Dear
You
Lord.
see, Lupus, you're about the same size as me.
Yeah, he's unusually strong for a large zone for the humans where he comes from, which is why he's not there anymore.
Grimlock kind of looks up from the road that he was on. He's like, "Oh, wait, are we going with him instead?"
Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry, yes, you got a bit.
So, if you guys take a second to explain the situation, Van would say,
Walking and talking then apparently
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
But
You
Sounds
see
good.
already?
I
You
got
see
the
Lupus already? I already made all the paperwork as soon as he mentioned
Like
me.
working as he walks. Yeah, Van, what were you gonna say?
I've got the next 8 hours to myself, and I haven't hit anything I remember hitting in days, so let's do this.
Alright, cool. I'm Grimfront. We're going to couch.
And he reaches out for your hand, and actually, he introduces himself to you in Orcish, if you do.
Oh, good luck, like, blinks. Someone was like, oh, I didn't know, you were talking yourself. Well, I was supposed to run into people who spoke Orcish. He's now speaking back in Orcish. And you notice he's immediately far more intelligible and far more articulate in Orcish than he is in Common. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't run into many humans speaking Orcish. Yeah, no, so basically what happened is, we ran into the guy, he's a giant fire, and he's stolen our friend, his second time he's stolen one of our friends, and he's challenging us to a duel. More than likely he's probably going to come out as not just himself, because he's a bit of a wuss.
One of those. Yeah, I'll help you hit it.
Awesome,
What I-
thanks for going on, man. And then he swaps back to Common and goes like, you can speak Orcish, isn't that cool? Well, actually not.
Yeah,
Okay, walking, talking to the cart.
you do the rest up, will be. Grimdad and I will be, well, yeah. You know how this goes.
Let me just perceptively taste the sweet from the flask and.
Kinky sits and starts trancing because I can do it for hours.
Alright, you begin to make
Van's
your way.
pretty fresh, he hasn't done anything in days.
In that case, would it be alright if Van takes Trim the cars along with Lucas, and I rest, then I'll get back myself properly.
Right?
I will finally get back up to 3 whole third-level spell slots. Woo!
You see, Lupus is, where we're going now is gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be pretty dangerous.
You're heading towards here, actually.
Oh, I thought we were. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no, I figured it was that pit when they said it was up north.
Yeah, no, because I was confused, like up north, in there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Does it? Okay.
It does.
You're making your way towards the pits, and it will take some time. Definitely not making this encounter right now, because I didn't have this. If you want to
That's
talk,
fair.
please do.
Well,
So
did
for-
we assume that we are able to get long rest and then chat a little bit?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, after 4 hours, I wake up, so.
See, Lupus ask Fen, so how long have you been with the guild?
This one, couple of years now. I bounce around a lot. I picked up Orcish, helping a tribe of them to build a dam to irrigate their valley.
Nice.
I'm really good at hitting things. Sometimes I have to
Question.
hit twice.
You do know that we have golems made for train combats, right?
What was that? I didn't quite catch it.
That we have golems for combat training. Well, one golem each station. You could use that to keep hitting things if you want to, but
I've been bodyguarding the last few weeks. Someone having trouble with the Triad.
Oh.
But I just go where my feet take me.
yeah, I know the feeling. I've been pretty much living with this for 100 years or so. Hey, wait. You say Lupus? Hey,
I
wait.
can't even count
What do you
that
mean by threatened by? Hey, the guild's being goddamn threatened by the Triad.
That's guild
No,
politics is
no,
something
as far as you
normally
know,
think
man, as far as you know, you wouldn't know the guild. Just certain members. It's rumored that there have been hush hush about the Triad being a criminal organization that has been kidnapping people. But not the entire guild.
No, so yeah, I would just say that he doesn't know specifically about guild politics, but they hired him to protect this one guy from who was being threatened by the Triad.
Now we're going against one of the Triad's high-ranking. What was he again?
He is the hand, I believe.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's the heart, the eyes, and... Is it the heart, the hand, and the eyes?
That's the one.
Okay, so yeah, he would be... I think he's the hand. I'm pretty sure the hand is what we...
It's one of the 3 leaders that makes up the Triad.
Well, maybe I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone then.
Yeah, I don't think so. If it's just basically the body. Maybe after that, there's about 2 more to go. Balding Middlemans or whatever the hell that guy. That's Baldy that keeps up Ruinous. That flaming idiotic giant. And the third one we don't know. And also,
So Van would ask, like, giant, like, actual giant or just unusually tall?
He
the
can, like, wake up.
size and pure flames.
Yeah, it's an actual fire giant, and he hits very hard, so be prepared.
Van actually looks a little excited now.
You said the fun words.
But if you wouldn't mind too much, I do have a question since you seem a capable person. He apparently also has someone who can cast magic, and that would be very problematic for my plan. Could you perhaps take him out or keep him occupied?
I think it's better if he and Krunith goes against Moderkai and I go against that mage.
I just need to keep the mage away from see me, if that makes sense. Because if he can stop
Shows
my
my
plan, then
crossbow.
we-
Shows
I
my
took-
crossbow. Right. I'm gonna try this out on that mage and
Yeah.
make him a porcupine.
When the nail goes down, just point me at the face I need to punch.
Give me decisive swords, but yeah.
The road is relatively long as you're making your way towards the mines. And I have to ask,
Socks.
oh dear lord,
Ruinous Path, aka Socksville the Harem.
I call it my himbo squad. Thank you.
I have. No, hate is a very strong word. I am disappointed in myself.
I'm not being inappropriate. I'm just really excited about himbos.
No, I understand. I'm disappointed in myself for not seeing this sooner. I'm just sitting here right now.
The chat is just memes.
Opportunist when it comes to choke.
Death. Alright, so because it does take me a long time to even get panic, I didn't think we're gonna be fighting Moderkai today. Thanks, y'all.
No, I mean, hey, if you want to be like, we'll start next session with it, I'm totally fine with that. That seems
Or-
like a
I was
or-
gonna say, didn't you?
Or we could just have a break and Jen will figure something out now.
We've been going for almost 3 hours, and we usually
I
only
know.
go for about.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, this actually feels like a fairly good response point if you want to leave it here. It's entirely up to you.
Not here. I want to live in a second.
We can always fight Mordecai for 2 more hours.
Oh god, no, combat's gonna take like forever.
I know.
Unless
I mean, if last thing's anything to go by, it's not actually going to be that long.
I know.
Listen,
And I also don't want to do this next time necessarily because I don't know if everyone can make it next week.
It's a bit for me, so yeah.
It's been a while since we played last, so I'm happy to sit here.
Yeah. Like I don't have anything today
Alright.
at all.
Well, you succeed at work, or...
I don't have work, I have a date, but that's for later, so I'm still good.
Right.
So Jen, are you okay with it?
Listen, your character icon reminds me of Dragon Age Origin.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Okay, but how about first of all, we have a little break.
Sure.
That's true.
All right.
Let's
Yeah. Let's have a break and let's see how we feel afterwards. How about that?
Cool,
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds fair.
Good to me.
All right. We're gonna go then on break. All right. We are on break.
I already love Van.
He fits in, he fits all the criteria. If he can't read, that will be changed, don't worry.
Yeah, for context, reason, 2 of our party members couldn't read common when we started this
Still
campaign.
can.
Two can't technically read common. They can like slowly read it. One didn't know how to speak common either, and that's why it's really good with Kiki because she used to be a teacher. So she sees most of the party as her students.
Van, he can't read. He can read common. You're not good at
I
writing
hope
it.
he's human.
He speaks a handful of other language students because of the odd jobs he's picked up over the years.
Grandpa speaks Orcish fluently, common, as you've heard, so, and he's actually very good at Goblin. But
Goblin?
he never gets a chance to use it because it's Goblin.
Oh my god,
We had that. I think it was session 0 where we had a goblin thing.
Yeah. We never saw goblins again as we started attacking cultists.
Yeah.
We immediately
Yes,
started
Lupus-
taking down
I even have a golden banner on my back that guitar.
Fuck goblins, we go in search of the bandits.
Yeah.
This entire
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
So, real
Those
talk.
can speak Dwarfish, Elfish, Common, and Goblin.
Yeah, so Jen, real talk.
Hmm.
What is up with Moderkai? He isn't a fetish.
okay.
What is it?
Is it a kink?
right?
Is it a kink?
Like,
Yes, we need to know.
this is
Their category on Pornhub.
realistically, like,
the realistic.
I'm trying to think who else in the party would have posed a threat.
I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil it immediately.
Okay, there is a reason then. Okay, cool.
Okay, but
He sent the
also,
druids.
just saying that I know it like hasn't been made sense like story wise like why only our druids have been captured since Nobi not being here and then Ash doing that. But like I would also like to think that it's a kink. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like,
Like there's some
For the
part
love
of
of
there's some part of Mordecai's backstory where he got really fucked over by a druid. And he's just like, fuck druids, every opportunity, every chance,
This is
fuck
the fir-
druids.
I was like, oh, there's like elves.
This is the first
Yeah.
impression.
Good thing Nobi isn't here because Cody would be massacred in this town.
realistically, Ashfall is the easiest to get to out of all of us because
I think Grimthud is actually probably the easiest to kidnap just by the fact that like you could do some kind of mind-affecting spell on him and he goes off by himself a lot.
Well,
but unfortunately you're the challenger, so he wanted to hurt you. So
It's true,
like,
yeah.
well, here's the thing: you can fight back since you're like really beefy. If you like, we've seen that with like if you get Kiki alone, she can't really do
Yeah.
much. Like she really relies on the party because she's not a fighter necessarily.
That was one of the things with the patron. I was like, yeah, no, that's fair. If she was by herself,
Yeah.
she'd probably be dead several times over.
Like she doesn't do the magic of like, oh, I wanted this for my patron. No, I wanted fucking knowledge. You getting magic? What the fuck, dude?
What is this?
Also, I am 95% sure I know exactly what your patron is now. After that last conversation, I'm like,
Well,
oh fuck, I think I got it. I think I know what it
I
is.
don't think it's a giant squid anymore or a cthulhu. So
No, it's neither.
Oh god.
I'm
What is-
pretty damn
My-
sure I know exactly what it is.
my mind went straight to Beholder, but I don't think it's that.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Is it not deer or the one that eats world? Or the one that eats knowledge?
I mean, eats knowledge would make sense for whatever, like for its objectives. It's kind of like, I want the knowledge, though.
Yeah, but he's starting to sound a lot more like Moira from Skyrim.
So I will
Yeah.
let you know the spells I'm taking because I get to do that.
Yes.
I'm taking Inflict Wounds, Bless, Guiding Bolt, Healing Word, Spiritual Weapon, Beacon of Hope, Mass Healing Word, and then I'm Sending and Spiritual Gardens. I have Create Food and Water. I might swap that out for Insight, Greed, or Daylight. I haven't decided yet.
Daylight.
Day?
I don't think
The thing is,
I don't-
he is made of fire, so
Yeah.
daylight might not be the best one to go with. I will ask, you're not grabbing Revivify?
I get it for free. I didn't include
Oh.
the spells I got for free.
Cool,
I get
no worries.
Revivify and Vampiric Touch for free. I have a bunch of ranger spells that I just get. False Life and Bane are always prepared, and then what else? Gentle Repose and Rave and Feeble Bit are always prepared. So I'm just not including my always prepared ones.
So
Just gonna ask here, whilst we're doing prep stuff, who of the party would like aid?
Oh,
I think
wow.
that's...
I can take that too.
Well, the thing is, I got it permanently,
You
so I
can-
might as well just.
Wait,
But
do you think you can give me that like that? What does 8 do technically?
it gives you 5 extra. Let's see, each creature, 5 extra hit points.
How much people can... How much people... Me, Fan, and...
give me,
Lupus.
please. I have
And
63.
Yeah.
I'm decently chunky. I've got almost 100 hit. Like I'm pretty good. I'm almost at 100 hit points.
I got for
The
AC
only
of
thing-
14 and less than 70 HP.
Right.
Well,
In that
the
case,
only
thing that
shall I
fucks me a
do?
bit
Shall I do
is my armor
Lupus,
class.
Kiki, and Van on that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
Um,
It can be assumed I took 5 seconds or 6 seconds to cast that on all of you before we got out of the cart. So presume that you've all
But we
got
can, like,
5
get
extra hit
there.
points.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got a technical question because Silver hasn't had 6th level spell slots before, and I took Mental Prison. So what I understood from reading it is that when I cast it, he will make intelligence saving throw, and if he still, well, he'll damage, but after that he will stay still, and if he attacks the whatever he's seeing or moves through it, he will take
Mental person.
10
Yeah.
10d10 psychic damage.
Yeah, so I actually have mental prison on another character, so I'm kind of both myself and Swear are actually very experienced with how it should probably work because
Okay.
I've misused it in the past. I thought when I originally did it that it was like the creature takes 10d10 damage if it like basically tries to move through those squares. It actually can't choose to move through those squares. It can't
Yes,
consciously make a
so-
decision to do so.
It has
It
zero
thinks
movement.
that that's a solid wall. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking that, okay, Kiki will first cast the spell, tell Persephone to use the thing where it doubles the damage, then tell Crimdor or Van to charge at it or pull it
shove
through
it.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
that it will-
if it is moved out of the illusion, so that is the point of it. Is like it can't choose to move out, but you can basically, as you said, do the shove action. It'll take 10d10 psychic damage.
But just like 20d10 is just, I wanna
But al-
see that. I wanna
also,
roll that so bad.
I'm not entirely convinced that Mordecai isn't enough of a dumbass that he wouldn't try to attack through it.
Yeah, that's why I want the order to be Kiki, Persephone, someone else, Mordecai.
We definitely have to see how the initiative goes because like
Yeah.
my initiative kind of gets me at a bit of an advantage. I have a +7 to my net.
Yeah,
Well,
I have
that-
advantage on initiative checks because barbarian. So that is also a thing.
Like, I would probably be
Roll
the lowest. because
dexterity.
I roll like shit on initiative, and my initiative is only +2.
Mm.
So but it doesn't matter if it's like Kiki is the last one to go, as long as Mordecai isn't between Kiki and Persephone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing I want to make sure.
Yeah. By the way, one thing though. You do know that for borrowing Fan, we kind of owe the girl a favor.
Oh yeah, like we're probably either gonna need to do a favor for them or pay him a ridiculous amount.
I mean, we're staying here. I assume they were gonna put us to work at some point.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and be right back.
I gotta get
Oh,
water. I can still hear
one
that.
Yeah.
thing there. Socks, do you have Bane at all as an option?
Permanently prepared, baby.
Okay, because I was thinking if we really, really want to make sure he fails this hit save, good way to go.
You really wanna give him the worst thing possible.
Alright, I'm back to protect myself. So here.
Oh lord.
Yeah, we're not gonna show Mordecai mercy.
No, I understand. I think I'm not gonna be able to disrupt the battle, is what I'm thinking. I don't want to rush this. How unfortunate.
It might be better than to
Postpone
set
next
it up
time? Yeah, I think
for
we'll
next
be-
week. Maybe if you can come up with a quick little thing to get us in a position, then to break. I don't know.
I know what I'm gonna do. Also, Ashfall, Jack. Yeah, I'm gonna really quickly get you over to the other channel, and I'm gonna go with him. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so, why did all of this happen? I don't have it out for you. All right. I want to make this.
Oh no, I'm fucking loving this.
Yes, I want to make this perfectly clear. I also didn't want you to just die, because
Yeah, I figured so.
yeah, Silver got it right on the nail. The fact that you just went to the magicians and went, I have a demon problem. They were like, research and see what he has nobody that cares for him. Cool, we might even be able to dispose of this person then afterwards. The best there is no war in Baxing Say. There is also the issue of I forgot that Moderkai would be actively looking for anyone of the party. So if it wasn't you, it would just be like Grimthod in the middle of the streets.
Oh yeah.
So, how this charm effect works. You are charmed, basically, so long as you're 5 feet within the enchanter.
Okay, so I'd be like right next to him. Okay.
You can't willingly move away from the enchanter, but you can't also... Well, you can't pick from it unless someone actively moves him away or the enchanter loses his concentration on the spell.
Okay.
Well, not a spell, it's the enchanter's ability to basically have someone dominate under their control if they're within 5 feet of them. So basically, what will happen is that you're going to be next to Moderkai, and then next to the enchanter on the back. And if the party is going to be assisting the Grimthod in the battle, rather than it being a duel, your orders are to make sure that they don't interfere and actively kill the other members of the party to bring despair to Grimthod. Your targets are chosen by the enchanter who is next to you. So
okay.
You can
you can just DM me those, I guess.
You can use any kind of magic you want to fight. I'll leave that up to you. But you're not ordered to be like use the weakest shit you've got. No, this is important. You have to.
Oh no, I totally get it. I'm gonna fucking murder them. Am I compelled to heal him at all?
Moderkai, if others are helping Grimthod fight Moderkai, yes. If you've got life transference also because they know you've got that. If you have it prepared, you are supposed to use it.
Right.
Moderkai is not fighting fair at all, and that's the.
No.
I mean, from how much time you would have spent a little bit of time with him, he's the complete opposite of Grimthod. He has no honor. He likes being strong and bullying people around.
Yeah, I was sort of hoping for a little bit more insight and getting to talk to them a bit, but that's also fine. I'm also straight for going for this as well.
I'm so sorry, Jack.
Don't apologize. I'm fucking loving this. I always love when the party gets split. And just as someone else who DMs, it's a lot of fun with what you can do with it.
Meanwhile, I'm just looking at fucking maps I can use for this, and I'm gonna have to make my own, won't I? Because I can't do this for the session. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Okay, so basically, you know what you're gonna have to do. And if Silver can also make it next week, we're gonna be having a fight against Moderkai, and then we're gonna be doing the actual stuff I had prepared. If you all just survive and not die, if you kill,
we are pushing it next week.
Yeah, and if you kill Moderkai, hey, bonus magic loot.
Hey, yeah.
All right, let's go back.
Sweet.
Just send him with a practical field. Just let him do some flowers, man.
Yeah, that was like the corpse is like, they are the corpse. They killed the corpse.
We can talk this out, can we? You see everyone, even the pacifists. No, we can. Put him back in the cryo tank.
Put him back in the.
Oh dear Lord.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
by the way, you know the Touch of the Grave thing? Sucks. One of the games I watched online, their rogue, when it was doubled up with their clerk doing Touch of the Grave, managed to do 100 damage at level 7.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because sneak attack plus bow plus doubled up damage.
Is that from which game was that?
I have.
It's one of the games I watched online called Nat 19. But yeah, it was. I think there was something else that was getting added on that also added to the damage that they were doing up on their sneak attack as well. But it was just so fucking gross.
And now I can do it twice. I've been really reserved with how I use it because I only had one. But
Yeah.
now I have 2 channel divinities.
Good time.
Alright.
I also have this now, by the way.
Are you feeling ready to continue, by the way?
Sure. Do you want to? Are we going into the combat?
We are not going to the combat today. I'm going to be handcrafting the map in the encounter.
Awesome.
Because I don't want to...
I also checked my.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but I also checked my schedule, and my work will be ending at 5 p.m. instead of like 7, like I thought.
Oh, so you're good for next week?
Yes, I will be.
Awesome!
Because I usually work night shifts, and it's like, oh, I gotta go to work at 6 p.m. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, cool. Silver's gonna be there, so we're not going to die.
Kiki will probably die, but you know, I will do a shitload of damage before.
Yeah,
that
no, you're gonna
happens.
see. It's not gonna be a TPK. Is the thing. Like a Kiki will die, but it won't be a TPK.
But 4th level spells? And
I have a feeling that
diamond.
you'll remember that I did a lot of damage, so.
Mordecai's like, I challenge you, Grimthought. Fuck that elf! Ah!
Is he really gonna be smart enough though, or is he just gonna equate it to Grimthought? Because
Well, he
Grimthought-
remembers me doing like 70-something damage to
Yeah,
him. Like,
I'm-
I blasted him.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna try and go after Kiki, because, well, Grimthought's the one who called him out.
Oh,
He's the
wait.
one who fucking ended him.
Wait, because it wasn't him, it was his,
Simulacrum. Oh yeah, information won't get
He
transferred
doesn't-
over with it.
yeah, he just knows that we destroyed it, but he
Yeah,
doesn't
you
know
know
how
what
we
happened to
did.
the old version of him.
I like,
So, he doesn't know even our plan!
I like how you realize this. Like, I'm happy to realize this, because he literally mentioned that he doesn't know a lot about you when he faced Ashfall.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who we are.
Well, here's the thing, I was equating to the fact that Ashfall wasn't there when we were
That's
fighting
true.
Mordecai himself. So it would make sense for him to be like, I don't remember you. Were you the one who... You're not one of the ones who killed me. Nah.
So,
I mean, like, they probably know, oh yeah, they had two druids, one of them looked like this, and they're like, oh, this person looks like it, okay.
Yeah, that's what I read out.
let's proceed.
Yes.
So... Alright, we should also be live.
Oh my god! Sorry, just had a light bulb moment.
Oh?
Ashfall's no longer so human.
No more token human! We can't make the drops anymore! God damn it! Oh,
Van, you broke a streak.
You broke the curse.
You broke it!
Alright, with all that being taken in care of, you make your way over towards the open mine. After hours of being on the cart and recuperating and taking care of yourselves mentally and physically for the battle that's about to come in, you
Self-care,
approach.
darling.
You see self-care, true. You see signs as you're approaching that are telling you that the place ahead is closed down, that nobody's allowed to be here, but all of the palisade walls that have been placed here to not allow passage have been broken down. And there's a bit of a singe to the wood. And as you're approaching, you notice a couple of people are face down on the floor.
Okay, I'll hop down from the cart and have a look at them.
Ahead, you see the curve into the pit, the road winding down, and on the very center, you do see a figure standing in what appears to be the clearing, besides some broken buildings in the distance, like surrounding this pitfall. There is also the mine shafts themselves to the far south.
I didn't get anything from looking at these when I went down from the
I'll
cart.
take it. You see the mine have been collapsed. Most of them, some of them are still open. And he knows that Moderkai is in the middle of the place with a group of people behind him. The corpses that are also closer towards Moderkai, they are getting progressively more and more burned. And what you notice is that the corpses are those of Magisters. All of them dead. You notice about 10...
Wow!
Yeah, 10 Magisters have been killed. Some of them are wearing the owl head masks with robes and the like, but the more you look downwards, the more you notice that their bodies are misshapen, broken, and burned. And Moderkai is sitting to the middle of this relatively large space, looking out the direction, with his hands onto a flaming warhammer.
Okay. So the two bodies that I'm inspecting around, what's looking like the case with them?
The two bodies that are on the ground, so from so far away, give me a medicine check. You see the cause of death.
Oh, sorry, to clarify, the two that we saw, were those like ones as we were coming in, or were those ones like in the pit at the center?
Those would be closer to the pit, but some of them have been killed all the way up here.
Okay, so yeah, medicine check. Cool. Or say perception or medicine?
A medicine for the cause of death.
guidance.
Oh.
I don't think you need the guidance.
Well, I might as well roll it. Yeah, okay, 21.
I initially thought the cause of death...
Dr. Grimthon is in the house.
I initially thought the cause of death would seem to have been the arrows sticking on the underside of this corpse.
Oh, yeah, okay, arrows.
Oh,
I got archers.
you notice the flesh. It's withered, drained of life, of moisture.
I kind of whisper up to everyone. They got archers that like nick water from people when they hit them. I kind of show where the body has been withered.
This is necrotic.
Something tells me this ain't gonna be a one-on-one like last time. Or one on us. Anyway.
That's a
Grimthought?
bit for somebody who doesn't fit with that.
Grimthought slings Celebrator off his shoulders. Kind of looks at everybody like, listen, this guy came after us and he took Leafy out because I hoped to launch me. But I still want you to help me. Will you?
Of course.
I mean, that's why I came all this way.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Okay, well, listen, if they've got Leafy Goat somewhere, this isn't just a fight, we need to make sure they don't, like, stab him whilst we're fighting, if things look bad, like it's not going their way. So, Flower Goat, if you can see where he is, can you try to get to him?
That's Lucas.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Flower
Lucas.
Goat is it, Flower Goat is Lucas.
Okay.
I can try, but that means I'm gonna have to get close to everyone and close to these archers.
Well,
Yeah.
But I'll make sure.
if we don't see Ash immediately, I could look through the walls and floor to see if they are hiding him somewhere. But I would try to make it quick.
But can any of us see where any of these archers might be hidden?
I'll make
Where
myself
we're at?
Right, I'm gonna do that.
Natural 20, 26. I see things.
28.
28.
No, that's
I see
28.
everything.
I see
We
nothing.
see a lot of things apparently.
Except Lucas.
Except poor Lucas.
Lucas is a little tipsy.
So Lucas, as you are looking around, I mean, could be anything behind these rocks, man. Like, oh shit. And why are all the
He's
rocks
halfway.
like? Yeah, why are all the rocks like?
He's halfway. He's halfway drunk, not high.
For the rest of you,
What was in my drink, man?
except for Van, you notice there's a group of people down below. Onto the sides of this pit, you see crouching, hidden, covered in dirt and mud, are a few people with longbows.
Oh, good, yeah.
No.
I see that Lupus is not seeing them. I point them out specifically where they are to him.
I like that too.
Ben as well, since I know Ben didn't see him either.
Okay. Alright, ready to do it?
Wait, before we go in, should we try first take out the archers, or
I think that's probably the best way to go.
I can sling from pretty far before we want to deal with Moderkai.
Let's see.
The thing is, I'm not convinced that he wouldn't go, well, fuck you, you've taken out my archers, you're not even gonna have a fight with me, and you'll just kill me if you go.
He has the high ground in this situation. His
How-
only disadvantage is that he doesn't know us.
How far away are we?
You're at the top of the pit, so about 100 or so feet.
Okay. So if I use Ghostly Gaze, that won't do shit.
Yeah, I have to be much closer.
In addition, you do, as I said, these corpses are here, like 100 or so feet away from the main battleground. So.
Yeah, the
Oh,
archers,
no, I didn't hear anything.
they more than likely have sharpshooter, I would imagine. You know what? I was gonna call you armored goat, but beefy goat is also very apt. Tell you what, you get beefy goat.
Yeah.
I also appreciate you really caught on to what the meme is.
Oh, Lord. You make your
Welcome
way.
to the club.
Right?
There you go now.
Welcome to the Glorious Ghost, man. In the strangest way possible. But this is an actual play D&D show, and if I scripted this, I would be a terrible writer. So, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, Grimdon's thought process is if we try and attack the archer from here, Mordecai might get pissed off and be like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill Ash anyway. It's his outlook, but if other people are willing to argue against that.
No, trust Persephone with you on that. She feels if we try anything right now,
Hmm.
it'll go poorly for us because he has the advantage. He was here first. His archers are in place.
Well, if we don't take out the archers, at least I would like to get closer before we get to like these poor souls here.
Yeah, let's just go in. Hang on. Grimdon kind of grabs the reins of the horses and moves them to behind where the bodies are, so that they can't get shot.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
so bad when they catch on fire.
Memory hits you, and as you take the horses away, you are pretty certain they're safe outside from harm's way.
That's not how it would be.
Alright. Axe over shoulder. Let's go in.
You go down
Right.
the winding down road that leads to the bottom of the pit. As you're approaching, Moderkai speaks, and as you're looking down, this Moderkai is a little bit different. He seems a little bit older. The beard is longer. The form is bigger. As you're descending, you realize he's pretty large, just compared to the last time you saw him. As you're descending, you hear him like yell to you. Well. You brought your entire posse with you. Nice. I was hoping I would get to kill all of the goats in one time. Let the others in the team say that you are necessary or that you're too bothersome to deal with. But you know what's important. You call me out, I'll have you. I want to tell to your friends something. None of you are necessary. If any of you wish to live right now with their lives, they're free to do so.
You hear Lupus scream, "Hey, do you have a mailman with you?"
A mailman?
You know, a messenger guy.
Not a mailman, but I do have perhaps something you might want. And you see him
What?
tug forward as, with a bag over his head, an individual is brought forth. Still wearing the clothes and everything on him. You see Ashfall as the bag is removed from his head. Next to him is an elf with a long staff to the side, holding what appears to be some kind of like chain and collar from him.
That's kinky.
I was gonna say it, but I didn't want to ruin the moment.
I would not.
You really,
You hear Lupus scream again. Then who's the baldy in charge?
Really? Alright, well, I'm not here to kill you, necessarily, but I'll gladly do so now. Anyone else who wants to leave is free to do so.
I'm not talking about you, I mean the green one, the short skeleton-like body.
Short skeleton. Bald? Oh! Haha, good one. He doesn't know about this. If he did, he would be a little bit angry that I decided to go along and try to fight you here because, well, he probably wanted to kill you in some other bizarre, slow manner. I don't like that. If I'm gonna be killing someone,
Yet-
I want them to know I'm killing them.
You hear, Lupus? Can you please send a courier to call him a baldy for me?
Sure. After I finish killing your good old friend... Grimthal, was it? Grimthal was it. After I'm finishing him, and I'm using his dreadlocks as something in the future. I don't know. I don't know what kind of trophy you get from a half-orc. Is it the tusks? Might be the tusks.
You will be going home with nothing, darling.
I'm not close enough, so I will just flip him
Yeah.
off.
So Grimthal hasn't actually said anything this entire time. He gets down to like basically bottom of the pit where he's at relative eye level, obviously quite a bit of height on him. And he's like, "So, is your meal one this time?"
Real as can be. And I want to say, you were really shorter than I thought.
Yeah, you're a little bigger than all, son. I've taken down bigger now.
See? I like that spirit. Okay, so
I've got one thing I want to ask you. When I called you out, I called you a coward. Now I presume you're here because you're trying to prove me wrong. You want to fight. But rather than just do the head message thing and call me over, you nicked my friend. Again. So I will ask again. Are you a coward or not? Because it sounds like, from everything you do, you hide behind stealing people. Because you're too much of a pussy to face someone with yourself.
Alright. I see that you don't understand, but that's fine. How about this? You get to learn something for me, if that's the case. Here, let me tell you a little bit of a background check. I come from a small village. They are very much like you, all of them. Think honor is important, pride. You know what they do for a living, they hunt. And I left because I had ambition. Then I had to go back. Something important I had to do, don't remember. Oh, I do. I had to stop an idiot from causing a big problem for my new friends. Who was he? Probably not someone important. Point of the matter is I've killed a lot of people that were deserving. Killed a lot of people who weren't. And it doesn't really matter at the end of the day how you kill them. What matters is that they're dead. So here's my question, Orc Boy. If you think that I'm a coward, do you want that to be the final words that I would tell your father before I rip his head off of his shoulders?
Grimthal like doubles over laughing, like patting his shoulders, like it's like, you think you could even touch my dad? He would beat you to death with one arm behind his back, you fucking idiot.
Strong.
You are nothing compared to him. He is the man that I will surpass one day. You're just another fucking stepping stone.
See, I like that. That warrior you surpass. I agree with that. You should. I don't think you mean by killing them manner, so we're a bit different in that end. Oh well. Family. You can't choose really family. You can't choose your enemies. And unfortunately for you, you don't really have a choice on how you die either. So come at me, you low-born scum. You've caused enough trouble as it is, and I'll enjoy one off of my boot.
Just watch. I'd like to kill them and they just fucking stay dead the first time.
He just thinks for a moment and goes like, you know, I think they also think the same about us.
Right, and as Moderkai heaves his banner off from his shoulder down to, and you see, like, as it catches fire, his whole form begins to burn. We're gonna be continuing this next session because we want to have a
Okay.
proper battle.
I
So,
was about to say, for some reason,
slight
like,
addendum to the plan. We need to get Ash out of those bindings because we need him to fight.
One thing, I
Someone
think
needs to